The Opie and Anthony Channel. All Opie, all Anthony, all the time. It's real.
Welcome to Sam Roberts' Friday Show. The Opie and Anthony Channel brings you a live extravaganza like no other. Phone calls, tweets, celebrity guests, Sam's friends that are good on the air, plus everything going down in the world of O&A. The Opie and Anthony universe expands as a taste of the future starts now. This is Sam Roberts' Friday Show.
Woo! Yeah! Welcome to the show. Sam Roberts' Friday Show. If this is your first time listening to this show, prepare for an amazing experience in broadcasting. If not, well, you already know. It's Sam Roberts' Friday Show. So much to get to today on this Friday. We're here every Friday on the Opie and Anthony Channel. It's myself, Sam Roberts. I'll be joined by Nicole Ryan in a minute or two. Also, on today's show, we'll hear from Guy Pearce. Maybe you know him from Memento. He was in The King's Speech. He's got a new movie out. Guy Pearce, a part of today's Sam Roberts Friday Show. And the couple who can't keep their names out of a newspaper right now, which is good news for them, I guess. They're trying to sell a book. Jenny Mullins and Jason Biggs on Sam Roberts' Friday Show today. And as if that wasn't enough, comedian Sam Morrill is going to be here in just a little bit. And you can trust me, ladies and gentlemen, when I tell you he's hilarious. He's been through it all. He hasn't been through it all. He's not that old yet. If you don't know his name, he probably hasn't been through it all. But trust me, this dude is very fucking funny. You will enjoy him a little later on today's show. But the man I haven't mentioned, the man who's ready to kick this off the way we always kick it off, is DJ Whoo Kid, who has another mix that he's prepared today on this Friday just for you. Hit it, as they say, DJ Whoo Kid.
Yo, Samuel L. Jackson, and you are listening to DJ Whoo Kid. You on the radio, man? Show up for me, man. Show up.
the game of love, love, la 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 love. It started long ago in the Garden of Eden when Adam said to Eve, baby, you're for me. Come on, baby, let's start today. Come on, baby, let's play the game of love, love, la 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 la. Oh, come on, baby, 'cause the time is right. Love your daddy with all your might. Put your arms around me, hold me tight. Play the game of love.
He's going to be here in a second. He may be bringing a friend of his as well, a famous friend. I don't know for sure. Nicole's coming by. As I said at the top of the show, Jenny Mollen, Jason Biggs. We're here from Guy Pearce, Sam Morrill. It's going to be I don't know how we're going to fit it all into 3 hours. But this is Sam Roberts Friday Show. And let's start with some phone calls. Let's go to John in Virginia. John, welcome to Sam Roberts Friday Show.
Finally, I have waited and waited and waited to say, thank Sam, it's Friday.
Not yet, John. You can't do it yet.
No.
You're getting that is a tradition, a deeply important, rooted tradition that exists only at the end of the show. We got to wait. We got to wait because that's our version of the weekend kickoff. That's our everybody's working for the weekend.
Let's make it like a future one.
No, you just did no because you're being selfish. You just want to be the first one to do it. I'm telling you, it doesn't count.
Oh, man.
Sorry, buddy.
Damn it.
All right, I'll talk to you later. Todd in Burlington, welcome to the show.
Sam, Chicken Nuggets Roberts, how are you?
I don't like that nickname as much, but how are you?
I'm doing good. Hey, great show to start, sort of, kind of. That's like 9 minutes I'm never going to get back. But I really think we got to slow down on the Whoo Kid. We love him, but in small doses.
He's not even here right now. Who Kid's doing just fine.
No,
this isn't what this show is for. Don't go through this show with a fine-tooth comb trying to figure out what you don't like. There's way too many people on this planet that go through their life and go through their hobbies and go through the things they're supposed to enjoy and figure out everything that's wrong with it, everything that they need to correct in it. How about this? How about we, as human beings, go through what we enjoy and what we like and just point out the things that are good? What if we concentrated on the aspects that we enjoy and then just realized we're having a good time? You know? What if that went down? What if we just started picking out the things, whether it's a radio show, whether it's your job, whether it's your relationship? What if you started putting that fine-tooth comb through it and figuring out everything that you liked about what was there? And you hold those dear. What if you paid as much attention to those as you do the things that you don't like? We would see what happens, wouldn't we? We would see what happens. Will in New York.
Hey, what's going on, Sam? I just want to be the first to bring this proposition to the table. Can we get a O&A News Channel 104 going where Sam Roberts is the lead on that station?
I don't know for sure if O&A need their own news channel. I think it's a little silly for a radio show to have their very own news channel. But if somebody were to host it, I don't see why it couldn't be me. Jason in Detroit, all phones this afternoon. I'm used to the morning, thank God. What's up, Jason?
Sam, it's a pleasure for me because I've gotten to talk to you twice today, once now, and of course this one had Pete Dominic. I don't know what was up with Pete putting down us, the fans of O&A, but I want to say you did a great job sticking up for us.
Yeah, it was a weird thing. I did Pete Dominic's show this morning. Pete Dominic does a great morning show on the Indie Channel. It's called Stand Up with Pete Dominic. It's far more political than anything we're used to. Even those of us who enjoy Anthony's political rants, it's very, first of all, it's liberal politics, and second of all, it's very much like, I want to change the world type of politics. And it's like, it's supposed to be for intellectuals. But I went on the show just to kind of introduce myself to his audience and to talk about this Sam Roberts Friday show. And Pete went out of his way to make fun of listeners to shows like this and to Opie and Anthony and stuff like that. And I tried to tell him, I mean, you heard me, Jason, if you were listening. I tried to tell him that you don't invite somebody with a new set of listeners onto the show and then insult the new listeners. What if there's there's new listeners? It's not fair. Let's go to David. David in Arkansas. What's up, David?
Hey, Sam, man, I'm so glad to hear you. This is a good deal, but I got to agree with that last caller. This is too much. Whoo Kid, all right?
Whoo Kid's not even here today. Why don't you relax? There's no Whoo Kid so far. There's been zero Whoo Kid. Now, look, if you don't like that the show starts with some music, then find something else to do for 5 minutes, for God's sakes. We're sharing studio space. What do you want me to do? Produce a 5-minute intro for a show that's been on 3 times?
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Nicole Ryan is here.
Relax.
Kid, let Sam talk a little.
It's me. That was me talking. That was me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Is this Whoo Kid now?
No. This is me again. This is Sam Roberts.
Oh, this is Sam.
Yeah. I mean, God damn it.
Wow.
We start with a little music, try to give everybody something to like snap their fingers to. Well, on Opie and Anthony this week, we were talking about all the rap songs that borrow from 80s songs. So Whoo Kid went out of his way to make a little mix.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden, everybody's all up in arms because you got to have something to complain about. Welcome, Nicole Ryan. You're here.
Oh, what's going on? I'm literally sweating like a whore in church.
Yeah, I noticed that. Are you...
I was running as fast as I could to get here, and running outside in this heat, not a good look.
What's the first day of summer? That's the big breaking news here.
Yeah.
And this is I guess it's a big deal. You always think that summer is already going. Like, we didn't have a spring this year, but today is the first official day of summer.
I thought it was tomorrow.
Is it?
I think you're wrong. I think tomorrow's the first. I think it's like 6:51 or something is when.
How do you know that?
It was just something I was reading.
What are you doing do you have any big summer plans?
No. I mean, for me, summer is Memorial Day. Once Memorial Day comes, the white pants come out. Summer is here. This stupid actual, legit day of summer tomorrow. It doesn't really mean anything.
It's just Memorial Day because you judge the seasons on when you can change your pants.
There you go.
I understand. Yeah, I mean, I don't. Yeah, my wife is not happy because she wants to do stuff this summer.
Right.
And it's like, as we welcome in summer, Nicole, I'm actually getting some notes here. You were wrong. Summer begins tomorrow. So it's not today. Tomorrow is the first day of summer. I think it's like 6:50 something.
Oh, very cute, Sam.
So that's tomorrow. I don't have, Jess wants to go, do a 3-day. She goes, well, let's get away this summer. Well, I go, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the vacation schedule is. And
so she wants to celebrate the first day of summer, really?
No, she just wants to celebrate life. Anytime this summer. It doesn't have to be the first weekend. Or she'll go, all right, how about just a 3-day weekend? And I go, Jess, I got Friday gig now. Like, there are no Fridays to take off. I have to explain that I am pursuing a career in broadcasting with some sort of personal integrity. I can't afford to take vacation days right now.
And she has to be supportive of that.
She is. She's very supportive, but and I'm walking around there with a short fuse as it is.
That's not shocking.
Why?
I just feel like I could picture you being kind of a pain in the butt and taking things out on her that have nothing to do with her.
Yeah. I mean, I walk around there with a short fuse.
Right.
Because I got this going on. I got a lot of stuff going on. I'm trying to when you juggle plates, you have to put everything in an order in your head.
Right.
And then when you live with somebody, they're like, well, here's what's important to us as a group. And I go, you're messing up the order that's in my head.
Oh, honey, look at you. You're like a little OCD, huh?
Not OCD. It's just things to get things done intricately. It's like, okay, now we do this, now we do that.
Okay, it's a time and a place and an order for things.
Because I don't believe in multitasking is the thing.
Oh, okay.
I don't think multitasking gets anything done. You strike me as somebody who would multitask.
Absolutely. What do you mean you don't get things done? You get more than one thing done at the same time.
Yeah, all half-assed.
No, I don't agree with that.
Absolutely.
Maybe if you take on too many things, but
2 things. Then they're each you're splitting. You can't put 100% into something if you're doing more than one thing, right?
What if somebody's really good at it? What if someone's really good at putting 100% into all 3 things that they're working on?
It's impossible. That would be 300%.
It's not possible.
If you're putting 100% into something, how could you be doing anything else?
All right, are we really going to fight about this?
I'm just saying. Let's go to Frank in the Bronx. What's up, Frank?
Sammy. Oh, sorry.
You doing all right, buddy?
Oh, I just took a nice bong in.
Wow.
Look, Frank.
You're so funny with your bong jokes.
What are you mad at Frank for?
Because I feel like it's been done.
Wiz Khalifa. Go ahead.
Why don't you just be quiet, all right? He picked up quick. I thought I can get it in before he gets on, all right, lovely lady?
All right, let's go to Stephanie in Colorado. What's up, Stephanie? Don't worry about it.
Hi.
How are you?
I just took my drink too. Luckily, I swallowed before you answered.
Good.
I just wanted to tell you how happy I am that you have this show.
Now,
I
Stephanie,
very much missed your after shows.
Thank you. Stephanie. You're a woman, correct?
I am. Yes.
If you were a boy and your name was Stephanie and you sounded like that, life would be very difficult. Now, are you a multitasker?
Sometimes.
This is what I mean. And when you multitask, don't you find that everything is getting done a little bit half-assed? You're not exactly able to put your focus into anything?
Sure, but
See?
Sometimes you got to get more than one thing done at a time.
Yeah, but you know what? I like to get things done properly.
Sometimes people have no choice.
They always have a choice.
No, they don't have a choice when you've got a lot going on in your life.
That's why you have to orchestrate.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I feel like you would be a good multitasker, so I don't know why you're so down on it.
I don't multitask.
Okay.
I specifically refuse to.
Hating on
because
multitasking.
I'm not hating, because there's no way to accomplish things at 100% efficiency.
Okay.
Because there's 2 things. You'd have to split the percentage. Let's go to Austin. I'll get to you in a minute. Let's go to Guido in Pittsburgh. Guido,
What's up, Sam?
How you doing?
Good. First, I just want to tell you I'm really entertained by your show.
Thank you.
Aw.
All your guests are
sorry.
great. You're a great interviewer.
Thank you.
Keep up the good work, buddy.
Thank you.
Also, I used to work with Matt Kennedy Gold.
Matt who?
Matt Kennedy Gold.
Oh shit, Matt Kennedy Gould from Joe Schmo. What did you?
Actually, I worked at that logistics company, and he was my quote unquote mentor. So
Wow.
I got the inside.
Fresh out the mall, it Weezy L, baby. Kinda what it is, yeah, kinda what you feel. Only thing, yeah, yeah, yeah.
You gotta hang up on that. You gotta hang up on that portion.
Hey, Guido.
We're not live, are we?
You were just interrupted. Did you hear that?
Check.
Kid?
That wasn't. That's not just Whoo Kid. I guess Lil Wayne is with Whoo Kid.
Was that Weezy?
Whoo Kid, I love you. Little Wayne.
Lil Wayne doesn't have any headphones plugged in, but thank you, Guido. Too much syrup. Whoo Kid, welcome to the show.
Excuse me, Lil Wayne. I can't stop.
Wow.
So,
Came in with a bang.
Nicole, you're not wet right now?
I mean, a little juicy. Not gonna lie.
Lil Wayne is up here.
Whoo Kid has brought with him Mr. Jay Farrell from SNL. Welcome, Jay Farrell.
What's going on, baby?
Nobody saw that comment. They were like, wow, Lil Wayne is in there just making noises.
Just ad lib. He should do a whole track like that.
Yeah.
They don't even hear no rapping. Just
Did you have any idea that there would be this kind of market for impersonating rappers on SNL? Because right now, because when you do impersonations of rappers, right, it's kind of a limited market, so you have to be good at it. Because there aren't like famous rap impersonators.
Look.
Yeah.
Everything you say, okay? I'm Black Russian.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm the Black Russian. My mother, both of my parents are white.
I'm so
but
confused
black.
right now.
Yeah.
How does it happen?
I get it.
We do not pop the mole. We pop a crocodile.
Right.
You know crocodile.
See, I feel bad for you now, Jay Farrell.
That's crocodile.
Crocodile.
Why do you feel bad for him?
You told me.
Yeah.
You tell me that impersonating the rapper. That cool.
That's cool.
But you do character.
Yes.
Totally different.
Here's the problem.
And I say, hey, wait.
Yes.
I want my fish. I want my fish in the cup fried.
Eric, will you get him some fish?
Fish in the cup.
Get this nigga some fish.
Get what? You call me the
don't
nigga.
call him that.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
right.
get on that.
Whoa. Don't you, what is this? Oh, this satellite.
This is satellite.
Also, you can't say nigger.
You can, yes.
No, wait. Can Jay Farrow doing a Russian accent say the N-word?
Hell fucking yeah.
Listen to me. I say nigger.
Okay. Jesus Christ.
Negro, please.
This is why I feel bad.
Does that sound better?
Because I feel like you have the ability to do all these characters that you're not going to get the opportunity to do as a black man. It doesn't seem fair.
Just like I did Leonardo DiCaprio. But you never see it.
You won't.
Well, maybe people do like, I don't know who I am.
Oh my God, I want to fuck him.
Woo! Whoa!
Yeah.
Pop the molly, I'm sweating.
Love me some Leo.
Maybe I don't know, I'm just a guy that's normal and just trying these things out. Maybe it works.
Do you pitch characters like that to SNL? Like, I'm going to be the black Leonardo DiCaprio? Like, I don't want to, why do I have to do rappers?
Look, I'm going to be like, yeah. I'm going to be the black Leonardo DiCaprio, and then, it never gets aired, and that's the sketch.
That's it. That's it.
It works.
So did you realize that there would be such a need for rappers on SNL? Because they've never had somebody who can do good rap impressions like you.
I just happened to be born. I didn't know anything, man. I just woke up and I was like, yo, it could be cool for me to do. And then, me getting on the show, that's just a bonus. Like, I didn't know.
You just like, I can impersonate rappers really well.
Rappers act. How much have you seen?
Well, I mean, I've seen. I know you do Denzel. I know you do. I mean,
Will Smith.
Yeah.
Kanye.
Yeah. But the ones that the ones that tear up YouTube and things like that.
Yeah. Are the rappers.
Man, because there is like you were saying. Hey, hold on, pimp. Like you were saying, when it comes down to black rappers and me being able to impersonate them perfectly, hold on. Hey, Floyd, I sweat.
I knew he was doing.
I kick your ass, pimp. Hey, look, swear to God, get it like the Red Cross, nigga. Hey, look, and like I was saying,
I like T.I. right now.
It is very imperative for me to come out with these voices because there is a lane that is wide open that a lot of folks do not tap into. Mm-hmm. And if they do tap into it, you got to keep yourself physically likable.
I understand.
Do you study them? Like, do you watch hours of somebody on a movie or a TV show?
I really do.
You do?
Yeah, just that's my process. Watching the people on YouTube and listening to tapes and even reading. You know what I'm saying?
Reading?
You gotta read.
Wow.
Yeah, I read.
You read.
He has an identity
You get
crisis.
inside people.
Yeah, I read.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, what is that? What, a black man can't read, motherfucker?
That's not what I'm saying. Angry Denzel was sort of starting to Whoo Kid did tell me, because you hang out with DJ Whoo Kid a lot, correct?
Yeah.
He told me that you have a terrible identity crisis in that he doesn't believe that you have control over the characters. Like he said, like you've done here today.
Yeah.
You just start slipping into characters
No,
constantly.
I just, because, first time on Opie and Anthony, I had to, make a big splash. But this man he knows what my real voice sounds like. This is my real voice.
It is?
This is how I sound.
I honestly don't think so.
You don't.
You don't even know anymore.
I don't think he knows.
Like, do you know?
Hold on, Cop.
Whoo Kid, do you know Jay Farrow as a person? Tell me the truth.
I think I met like some other person.
Nah, he met me.
You haven't.
I don't think he's Jay Farrow.
He knows who I am.
Like I've sat down. I've had intimate conversations with Whoo Kid. I've had intimate conversations with Nicole. I feel like I know them on a personal level.
Orgy.
It wasn't an orgy. See, I know the Whoo Kid that doesn't yell orgy.
Right.
When he's not always,
You've gone deep.
Right. I've gone deep with both of them at the same time.
Right.
Has Whoo Kid? Do you feel like is it possible to penetrate the surface of Jay Farrow? I wonder.
It's been penetrated.
Has it?
This is me talking right now. This
I've
is
done
exactly.
It.
Yeah.
You see how I did that,
I'm
Nicole? You see that, Nicole?
I love that.
Listen.
That's an accomplishment.
Because
wow.
Nicole, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
You remind me of somebody.
Who?
Kiara Mia.
I don't know who Kiara Mia is.
That's a porn star?
She a porn star?
Yeah.
Of course she's a porn star. Thank you.
That would make
Thank
sense.
you so
No,
much.
I know, but like,
she's an anal queen. I know what you're talking
Oh,
about.
God.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Taking
Yeah,
in the
we don't
butt.
have that in common.
That makes sense.
Not quite
Although
anal
there's a very anal vibe about Nicole.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yo, he just threw a shot at you.
That's the vibe that she gives off.
He just threw like a crazy shot at you. See, y'all, I've been talking like myself for the past 3 minutes.
How did it feel? Uncomfortable or good?
No. I do this all the time.
You do?
I don't have an identity crisis
You
with
talk
this
yourself
man.
all the time?
I talk to myself every damn day. You know how? That's how I come up with jokes.
You do?
That's exactly.
Now, do you do...
Yeah.
Do you do jokes outside of characters?
Of course.
Does it make you crazy that people think of you as just, he just does voices?
Yeah.
People are starting to see me as like just as somebody who they're starting to see Jay Farrell now.
Right.
If you've watched this year on SNL alone, you straight up see it.
How are you on SNL? Because I've heard like Bobby Moynihan. I've spoken to him. He said it took a good 5 to 6 years before he was comfortable there.
Right.
Like before he could go in and not worry about getting fired today.
I felt like I was.
You know what I mean?
Really?
No. I feel like as far as like job security, like that's like I feel like I feel that I've earned that as far as that. I'm not worried about that. But as far as like getting comfortable, I was like real comfortable when I first started, and then something happened.
What happened?
I don't know, like my confidence like went out the window for like a little bit.
Was there anything that did it, or was it just like, oh shit?
I know what it was.
What?
It was the episode. It was the it was that one sketch we did on Update. It was me and Taryn, and he did Eminem, I did Lil Wayne, and at the time my Lil Wayne wasn't that good, but he like destroyed M, like this stuff, like he killed it.
Yeah.
And that like I was like, oh, this has never happened. And I was like, oh man, and I kind of like shrunk because I felt like it wasn't that good.
Oh, wow.
I felt like mine wasn't that good.
And
I
all it takes is like a little moment like that, and all of a sudden it's gone.
Yep.
So how does it take? What do you have to just keep going until you have a sketch that you like before it starts to build back up again?
It takes like I guess like reaction, like I felt like it takes like the crowd reaction, like to get back into that. I mean, after that, I don't know, that like messed me up, like it really messed me up because I never, people tweeting, and I'm guilty of this because I used to look up like what people were saying and stuff. You're not supposed to do that. You know what I mean? You shouldn't.
Yeah.
Because
but
everybody has an opinion,
and it's so difficult.
Yeah.
To not do that, like I do that all the time, and I'm not on SNL. Like the minute that SNL ends, the internet is flooded with what did Jay Farrow do on SNL last night?
Exactly. So I got like caught up. I really got caught up into that, and then what people were saying, that was like the wackest Lil Wayne ever, and I was just like, oh man. I said, oh, I'm done,
and it fucks you up, doesn't it?
Yo, like, but they curse out Sam like crazy on my Instagram
all the time.
Like fuck him.
Oh yeah.
Fuck him. He's
you don't have to bring up the things that they say. Like I'm trying to avoid them.
First of all, what happened to her?
She got pulled out by her boss. I don't know. She may be in trouble.
What?
Nicole.
No, tell her to come back.
Yeah, Nicole just got pulled out by... I know. See, that's why I need Nicole in here, because you immediately come in here and go, there's a girl in here. I'm feeling a little comfortable.
I remember I'm getting in trouble with this Jay Farrow shit all day.
No, it's just a bunch of dudes again.
Yeah.
Right?
Wait a second. I know you. I I know you.
You do?
We saw you on the street, and he was like, "Yo, Sam, you know how Whoo Kid is. Yo, Sam,
Yo, that's my guy. I fucking know him.
Oh
yeah, when you go home.
Yeah, you was like, you were like walking down the street. You was like, yo, Sam, yo, Sam.
I did. I was walking down like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I was walking down. It was Midtown Manhattan, and I just hear behind me, Sam.
Yeah.
Sam.
And you know what?
And I'm like, I'm gonna keep walking. If it is me, it's probably not good news.
This is what just messed me up. I realized you're not Opie or Anthony.
No.
Motherfucker, you're Sam.
Yeah, this is Sam Roberts' Friday show. This
Hi, Sam.
Yeah. Did you think Nicole was Anthony?
I didn't know, was it? I was like, oh, she's Opie. This guy's Anthony. Right. Nigga, no.
No. No. Sorry about that, dude.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
Now, dude, like, I'm totally, hi.
Hey, how are you?
I feel more comfortable now.
You do?
Dude,
You do.
you heard my voice the other week.
Yeah.
That shit is
Dude, what the
hilarious.
fuck?
It's the funniest moment ever.
No, like,
Yeah, we've met before.
Wow. Hi, man. Sam.
How are you?
I'm good.
You feeling better now?
Yeah.
Good.
Before we continue,
we broke the condom.
ask,
We did.
Yeah. Oh shit! But
We
before we
did.
continue to ask condom breaking, but remember you had the Hello Kitty backpack that you were bucking out
Yeah.
on.
I didn't
That
have a
was
Hello
gangster.
Kitty backpack.
Yes, you did.
No, I did. I don't
He
even.
thought it was cute.
I don't even like anime anymore.
Hello
I don't
Kitty. You had a-
know. It's
you
not
had
my
a-
thing.
No,
It
you
was
in the
cream.
cosplay. That's what you like. You like cosplay with a whole bunch of Japanese women
Yo,
with
man.
thigh highs.
Let me let his fans know that
God.
Sam Roberts had a Hello Kitty backpack
That's
with the
absolutely-
pencils, with the pencils on
Yo,
the side.
Sam.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, Sam, you had the Hello Kitty backpack
No,
on?
I didn't. No, I
Oh,
didn't.
shit.
Look, you are more comfortable.
Exactly.
We got some listeners that have questions for Mr. Jay Farrow.
What up?
Chris in North Carolina.
What's going on?
Yeah, what's up, fellas?
What up, bro?
And just to bring it up to speed, you are on the radio though.
That's crazy.
So now we're all up to speed. I feel like on everything.
I feel like, yeah. It's satellite so we can curse. What up?
Right.
Hey man, you like the only reason I still watch Saturday Night Live, man. You're like the funniest dude on there. I got one question for you.
What up?
The character you do, the principal, when you do the attention teachers and students thing. Hey, are you about to lose your shit sometimes? Because it seems like you almost have to cover your face because you're about to crack the fuck up.
Just like, yeah, what I do is like I kind of visualize what the hell I'm saying, and it just tickles me a little bit. So I gotta stop because I don't want, you know what I'm saying. I think one time, when I was doing the Josh Brolin episode. Do you remember that one? Yeah,
I watch all of them, man.
Yo, dog, when I said, the freaking, the iguana, I said somebody bought an iguana as a prom date. And I said, I don't even know how you do that anyway. That's the most stuck-up animal I've ever seen in my life. Like, they don't even look at you. I said it ran into the cardboard Hunger Games trees, and now we can't find it. I was like, what the fuck?
You have to.
You're
Go ahead, Chris.
hilarious, man.
Thank you.
They need to put that damn skit on more. It needs to be on every fucking weekend.
Thank you, brother.
So do you have to sit there and like just get past what the words are? Like, don't think about what you're saying.
Yeah.
Just remember that it's funny from rehearsal.
Yeah.
Read the cards and just read, like not even be in the moment.
You really, because if you get it too much into it, it's a wrap, dog. You'll lose it. And I don't even try. Like, I've read it, but I'm like, yo, dog, you'll visualize it. If you visualize that, you know what I'm saying? It's funny. Like, I'll give you another example.
Yeah.
My sister was telling me, not even with the character, but as far as visualizing jokes. Mm-hmm. My sister was telling me there was a riot that happened in her school, a black and white, like it was a fight, it was a racial war, right?
Okay.
In her school. This is Crestwood. This is in Virginia.
There was and it's high school?
This was middle school.
Middle school. It's like seventh grade race war.
A seventh grade, a sixth
Holy
through eighth grade.
shit.
This is what Charles Manson was talking about. He knew it would happen.
Real shit.
Yeah.
Real shit. And this is 1995. This is 95, right?
They're just finding out about Rodney King. The LA riots are breaking out in seventh grade Virginia.
They were like, oh, we have delayed reaction for that shit.
Yeah.
So, I kid you not. Yo, she tells me, she said one time there was a racial war in my school, and they threw a kid's prosthetic legs down the stairs. Just imagine the fucking legs just fucking going down the stairs. And he was trying to cry. I could just see him trying to fight him with just his arms.
That shit is real,
his
son.
legs.
Right. He's like reaching up and just
Stop it! Leave me alone!
Get down here. Get down here.
And you can just see him. I can just see him like.
And so it's like these ideas.
Propel telling himself.
You can't even think.
No. Because I cried. She told me that shit. I fucking cried. 3 tears rolled down my eye, up for each eye. I said, I've never cried that hard off of somebody's death. I said, shit.
He died.
He died.
The man with the prosthetic leg is dead now.
I don't know. They probably stomped on his. I can just imagine.
Was he a white guy or a black guy?
I think it was a white dude.
Oh, and all the black kids just came and World Star hip popped him.
That nigga.
Yeah.
They put a fucking Lion King on his ass, and all the black people like the wildebeest, and they just stomping over the bitch. And you see one hand.
Can you imagine?
I don't know how he does it.
Can you imagine if World Star Hip Hop had existed in '95?
Oh, it would have been
and
whack.
they had their hands on a white guy with a prosthetic leg thrown down the stairs and a bunch of black kids stomping the shit out of him. Can you imagine the success that video would have?
That's a million hits right there.
His girlfriend goes up to him at the end, and it's like fucking Simba talking to Mufasa. She's like, Gary, you gotta get up. Gary, you gotta go home.
Like, my leg was thrown down the stairs. I've been stomped to the floor. I can't get up.
I really don't know. I don't know how he does this and don't fuck up on TV. Is it live or is it like pre-recorded?
Yo, it's live, dog.
It's the last word in the name of the show.
It's live.
How the fuck you don't fuck up?
I don't know. Some of it you can't. Some of it I can contain, but for that, like, there'd be moments.
And that even make me more nervous because it's not even that you have to get your mind off the sketch.
Right.
Like, if you're the type of person, and it seems like you are, like, I'm the type of person who, when a loved one is telling me that my aunt has cancer, I'll be like, oh, this is terrible. And then in the back of my head, for some reason, my brain will be like, remember that time that prosthetic leg got thrown down the stairs? And you start chuckling. Like, you have to have a supreme focus on not paying attention to anything. Just the lines, and get to commercial.
Yo, if I ever say that on television, I'm telling you, if I ever say, I'm going to die. Every time I think about it, it's just as funny as when I first heard this shit. Yo, fucking legs. You can hear.
Oh, no. The hollowness of the prosthetic leg that the nub gets put into.
Just fucking going down the stairs.
Yeah.
And they're going down the stairs in slow motion and shit. You hear fucking mafia music in the background.
It's amazing. Sam, it's amazing how he is, and people tell him all the time, "Well, you're the reason why I watch SNL." He still don't want to believe that. Like,
I mean,
yeah. Do you?
I just appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not cocky. Like, somebody described it, Whoo Kid, as this. They said, "You're like." This is not my words.
Somebody else's words.
Somebody else's words. It was like, you're like Eddie Murphy without the ego. I said, I didn't even know Eddie had an ego, but some people, like, some people have said that, like, you kind of humble. I was like, oh, thanks, man. You know, I don't.
Well, you know what it does? When you go on television and you're wearing all red leather, you're going to have an ego. Like, people listen.
That red leather.
Like, there's nothing you can do.
He was a star, though. Like, and he's right, because he's amazing. Like, I look up to that guy.
Do you think to yourself at all, like, while this is happening, okay, this SNL thing is getting big. I need to act like more of a star. I need to dress like a star. I need to put on this,
Get some leather, nigga.
You do think that?
Yeah, get leather?
I mean, All Saints. Shit. I got some jackets.
Yeah.
Got some leather jackets. I'm not doing leather pants. I'm not Kanye West.
You won't do it.
I'm not doing no leather pants.
I think,
first of all, they make your nuts hot.
They do.
Your nuts be sweating and everything be sweat. Anytime, you've been to the gym before and you work out and then you take off your pants and everything except for the dick is wet.
Sure.
Nigga, if you put on leather jogging pants, your penis will be cooked.
Is that the problem?
It will be cooked. Everything will be wet.
Nigga.
So what about maybe that's where the leather kilt comes in? Because I think that is.
Oh, he wanted some air. He said, I'm gonna go ahead and put on this kilt, fam, just because I know that it's gonna get real hot and my testicles need to produce a baby. What? Why are you screaming like that, nigga? What is up with all these rants?
Easy,
I'm so
baby.
tired of these rappers doing these outbursts, nigga. Drake does that shit now. He does outbursts.
Drake does.
Worse.
Motherfucker, remember? Trophies.
Right.
Trophies. They be like, nigga, we in the library. Shut the hell up. I'm trying to read an encyclopedia.
And it's just words. It's just words.
Words.
Yeah.
He says the N-word like crazy.
Drake loves. You know why? Because I feel like Drake, he was a child actor growing up. He was Canadian. He had the white mom. He didn't appear to hang out with a lot of people that were dropping M-bombs. Whereas now it's like free range.
Young money, man.
Like if I was like if Lil Wayne was like, I'm going to be hanging out with you all the time from now on, and you could say the N-word all you want, I'd be dropping it like crazy. You know how much fun that is for somebody that's never been allowed to say it?
It's so funny to see the transition. Yeah, I feel it's so funny to see the transition from Drake, like when he first came out to now.
He was on a wheelchair.
Yeah, he was.
Right.
Yeah, he was just rolling around with some prosthetic legs.
Fling down the stairs.
Dick wasn't working too.
What was your SNL audition like?
What was it like?
Yeah. What did you do on it?
Let's see here. I did Eddie Murphy in a Eddie in the library. I did Eddie in the library.
You just sent in a tape, right?
Yeah. This was it. Yeah.
But you must have known that was a risk. You're like, Eddie Murphy is an SNL legend. The people, I mean, it's still the same dude. Lorne Michaels is still running it. Yeah. Like, if I fuck Eddie Murphy up, I'm assuming that's unforgivable.
But before I tell you about the rest of it, when Eddie Murphy was on the show, Lorne wasn't there.
Oh, okay, so he didn't have that connection.
Wow. He wasn't there during that time. Like he had left.
What was it, Dick Ebersol or whatever?
Yeah, and it was like, what's his name? Richard.
I don't remember if that was the correct name.
Richard somebody. It was but it was like during that time. It wasn't. Lorne had left.
Yeah, and
so the show Eddie's the only thing. Eddie saved SNL for like 4 years.
So when people compare you to Eddie Murphy, is it flattering or is it like, holy shit, I can't live up to this, I'm panicking?
No, I feel like God has blessed me with the talent to be able to be something like that. Like in that character, I can do characters, I can do stand up and all of that. But, I feel like I'm my own person, man. Like I'm Jay Farrell, you feel me? Like I'm Farrell, and like years later people gonna be like, oh man, you're gonna be like the next Jay Farrell. Like that's cool shit.
This is where like it would drive me crazy, because that thing that you went through when you didn't like your skit and it killed your confidence.
Yeah.
Like when people start complimenting me, it just destroys me.
Really?
I'm like, there's no way I'm living up to that. They're wrong, and I suck.
Hey, you're fucking sexy.
Don't say that.
He is sexy.
You're sexy.
Why, and especially when Nicole starts saying
Look
it.
at you, like Carlito Sway.
Yeah, I want to get under the table.
Look,
what? No, not for that.
Yeah, you're gonna get. Oh, I was like, what?
No,
wait
it's
a
cool.
minute.
I mean,
wait a
no,
minute.
no.
Look,
I told him.
We have to draw a line for the jokes here. Okay? We can't. You know what I'm saying?
It's 2014.
Now, her, she,
Nicole is back, by the way, from.
Nicole is bad.
Boobies.
No. I just.
What is
Nicole,
that?
you are sexy. Where are you from?
I am from New York.
You are from New York.
Yeah.
No, what is your ethnicity?
I know my nationality. I know. What do you think? You're not really gonna guess it.
Persian. And
I get that.
She's
it's not
Indian.
bad. I get Indian. I get Italian. I get
What are you?
Greek.
She took the red dot off.
I'm like Russian, Austrian, Hungarian. I'm like a mutt, but
You're
I
Russian?
Be proud. You're Jew. You're a Jew.
I definitely am a Jew, but like it doesn't make sense
Be
why I
proud
look
of
like
that.
this. Why am I brown?
You're tan.
Yeah, but always.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
You're like one of them rolls.
Oh, hey.
What kind of a role? Why
like
Nicole took that as a compliment just because of the way you said that. She didn't know what you were talking about.
It sounded lovely.
That's how you got. It's all about delivery.
It is, right?
Like you like a roll.
Yeah, I like that.
Hey,
That's
Nicole,
it for me.
Nicole, you want to know something?
What?
I'm looking at you right now. You remind me of a stapler.
Yeah.
Did that work?
It's true. It's all about the delivery. You're right.
I mean,
You tripped a little bit, but
did it? Okay, I'm working on it. I'm getting there.
You like a golden corral roll with like when somebody takes a little brush and put the butter on it.
Yeah.
I was about to go get some butter right now.
Oh, I see. You start saying things that are savory.
Yeah.
Maybe you get an LL Cool J lick lip in.
Oh, it's my favorite.
He
You did it so good.
You know what I'm saying? Just
A little slower though. You got to lick it slow. There you go.
Licking their lips and shit.
Jay Farrow is here.
Listen, hold on.
Yeah.
I heard some. Oh, I forgot to tell you about the rest of the audition.
Yeah, tell me about the rest of it. So you sent in a tape. You're doing Eddie Murphy in a library.
The tape was different. The tape was different. It was just I did Eddie. Okay, so I did Eddie. I did Barack. I did Chris Tucker. I think I did Chris Rock on the tape I sent in. When I got in there, I did Will Smith doing a travel guide. Jay-Z. Jay-Z was I forgot what I did Hove as. It was so long. It was like 4 years ago. Anyway, I did Jay-Z. I did Choc Obama, my character, and that was Barack Obama's subconscious. I've been doing that since 2009.
Wow.
Before Key and Peele.
Yeah, because Key and Peele have Barack Obama's angry
They
self
got
or
the
whatever.
I was like, oh, son of a bitch. I was like, oh, now what am I gonna do?
Right.
I was like, but it can still be done. It can still be done. Like, okay, let's do Choc Obama right now.
Let's do it.
Choc Obama. Choc Obama.
Okay, so there's a theme song.
I like that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't give a fuck. I mean, I can't say that. I really did. And you know what? I don't care. I ain't got no worries. I ain't got no worries. But I ain't got no worries. Strapped up with my Nina. That's actually Sasha Michelle. And also my other one. It's always the other one. I don't even remember her name. Oh, that's right, Malia. Sorry. That's what it is. He just doesn't care.
Right.
But
he doesn't give a fuck.
I had his subconscious, like the stuff he really wanted to, but we can't, like I said, you gotta switch it up.
Right.
But if I did that, if I had Barack coming out singing some Waka Flocka,
yes,
or something like that, like, you know what I'm saying? Couldn't get it.
You're thinking about that prosthetic leg again. Get back in the zone. Get back in the zone, Jay.
Jimmy Fallon right now.
Get back.
Straight face.
Focus. Focus.
Okay. I'm trying to think of a Waka song.
Just the words. The words.
What's the good Waka song?
Oh yeah, that one.
I go hard in the state, nigga. Leave you stinking. What the fuck? How are you thinking? Well, there was already Barack Obama Flame. I've seen that guy.
Obama Flame.
Also, if I come out singing some 2 Chainz,
hell yeah,
you're gonna love me.
Yeah.
For instance, if I come out saying, I got everything. I cannot complain. I cannot. I don't even know how much I made. That's a lot. I said, he said, I got bitches in my condo.
Oh my God.
If you need that work, I got the work. Got bitches in my condo. Just bought a car that cost a Mercedes-Benz car note.
Perfect. I agree.
Well,
Jay Farrow as
Obama.
Barack Flocka Flame.
No. All I want for my birthday is Big Booty Hope. All I want for my birthday is a Big Booty Hope.
You know how you could tell that the impression is right on, and why you could tell that you have to read to get there, and you have to figure it out because these are words that you don't hear that man say. But this is how he would say them.
Yeah. Let's see here. My name is Meek Millie. I'm from Philly.
Oh.
I'm riding around with that rocket.
That's a gun.
Pistol in my pocket.
Yeah, can let them know.
That's right. It's a gun. For the people that don't know.
You know, a lot of the listeners know, they don't know everything about hip hop, but they do know YG's biggest song.
My nigga.
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh yeah,
that's
one.
What's up? My nigga.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. That's my impression. Yeah. He didn't even do it. Doesn't matter. It's funny. Yeah. My nigga. My nigga. Roll around with my niggas. That sounds like that sounds like Trinidad James. I popped the molly. I'm sweating. Put a beat on. That's right.
There you go.
All my niggas. Everybody, it's all my niggas. I say it all the time. All my niggas. Even when you're not looking, you're my nigga. And hey, I figure
That's a good remix.
if you're talking, my niggas. My niggas. My niggas. You can't say it, some of you. My niggas. I'll say it. Mine. Here it is again. One more time. My nigga. Thank you. I want to see
Shaka. What is it, Shaka Obama?
Nah, this is Choc Obama.
Choc Obama.
I want to see the last 2 months of Barack Obama's. I want to see the last 2 months of his election.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
And just to see what he does.
When he walks out there, he just got on his boxes and this tank top, and he just walks out, and he's just like, well, he can't do nothing to me. He turns to the side, and he's taking a Viagra. And you just see it. It's just poking out. It's got a fit, and it's American flag on the end.
Right.
Of the tip.
Of the tip.
He's taped it.
That's great right there.
He taped it before he took the Viagra.
Taped it before he took the Viagra.
Because it was a plan.
There's nothing wrong with having to take Viagra.
That's not what it's
we need a
about.
little help.
That's not what it's about.
And listen, he says goodnight. He smacks it.
He smacks his
smacks it.
erect penis.
This, and he says, "God bless America."
And that's it.
He just walks off.
And that's his Nixon 2 fingers, 4 fingers, his 2 peace signs.
I can't wait. I think he's gonna do that.
And then he walks into the helicopter.
It's a wrap. And everybody just cheers because you know when Bush left, everybody was nah.
Right.
Hey, I said, how the fuck you get heckled as a president
on your way out?
Like that's some shit. That's a shit. A comedian does. You know what I'm saying? We get heckled. I was like, oh shit, this is a comedy show. I said, boom, boom, motherfucker, boom, boo
now,
you.
When you're doing your comedy shows, speaking of hecklers, are you now, since everybody is aware of what you do?
Do people yell stuff out?
And how do you? I mean, that's not even a question. If people do, how do you avoid it?
It ain't like I'm just so like I will say something that will hurt your feelings and everybody be like, oh, like it's like I'm like that person. I ain't gonna say what the fuck I said, but because it got to be situational. It depends on who it is.
Right.
Like one guy, he kept yelling stuff out, and it was he turned out to be a good dude, man. I didn't even know, but you know what I'm saying. He was like yelling shit. He was like, yeah, he was real drunk, and I was like, nigga, you yelling. How the fuck is it not whistling? Because you don't have no front teeth. I don't know. How the hell your shit not whistling right now? You shouldn't be able to talk. Nigga, you were saying words.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
And he was a vet, and he got up, and I started singing God Bless America. Oh, like, God Bless America. Everybody was like, and he came back, and he was like, look, man, we have a lot of comedians that come through here. He said, but I heard you on the radio. This is what he's saying. He said, I had to come because you know what? You're a real comedian. And I was like, wow. And I've just joked you for the past 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was like, I said, dude, I gave him a handshake. It was so touching. The pictures on
But so what do you do at the beginning of a show when people are going to be yelling out, Jay-Z, Denzel?
Most of the time they don't do that. Sometimes they do, but it's like a lot. People don't do that shit. Or if I hear it, I just know. It's a trigger, and I just know how to. I'll just like snuff it out.
Right.
I'm not the person you want to yell stuff at.
Right.
Like, you know,
you're good on your feet.
Yeah, I'm like off the top because I'm a rapper too. Like I spit. I legitimately fucking rap.
Now,
so that's what it's about, being spontaneous.
And does it?
I like that.
When you have a talent, he just said a word again, but he did it in a way
It
that
worked for me, though. I have to tell you.
I don't understand it. I don't get it.
He looks into my eyes.
So when you're able to have the ability to rap, people only know you, do not know you as a rapper.
Well, they're starting to, but they don't.
Do you want to like yell, "Hey, I can also do this"?
I mean, I do it very diplomatically because in my show, like I'll just, I'll start, I'll be like, yo, because a lot of people don't know. I was like, I rap, and I was like, I know y'all probably like, yeah, nigga, we ain't come here for that shit. Tell some jokes, motherfucker. We ain't come here to see. Listen. There's been a lot of comedians tried that shit, and it hasn't fucking worked.
Eddie Murphy.
The whole thing's unique. Exactly. That's exactly what I said.
Right.
But I do it like I actually spit. I like spit some, and then they're like, wow, and then I just go back into my shit.
Hey, have you ever thought about? Would you put out an album?
I'm working on a mixtape. Matter of fact, me and this guy.
Of course.
Kid.
Who Kid.
You just said the word for no reason. I mean, I don't understand it.
You know,
it is, right?
You're saying,
Haitian.
You're
It
saying,
is.
you got beef right now.
You have beef with. That's very good for your
beef?
rap career.
You got beef with the police academy nigga, man. What happened to that guy?
Michael Winslow. You and Michael Winslow not on good terms.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
When I find you, dog,
Can you
going down, man.
Yeah, but you could do people. Can you do sounds?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Sorry.
Did you look up to him?
You asked him.
Did you look up to
Looks like Michael Winslow, your time has come and gone because there's a new king of these streets, and by streets I mean people who make sound effects with their mouths.
I mean, were you happy that a black person was doing sounds and made you laugh in Police Academy?
I mean, for me, I look past
Was it
color,
fun?
Whoo Kid.
Was it fun?
I enjoyed seeing a person make sounds.
Bro, your
But he
fro
was
is
black
awesome.
though.
Thank you.
I don't think I've ever seen any of the police academies. Do you want to punch me in the face?
I've heard not because of the
cannot be
Police
serious.
Academy movies,
None
but for
of
other
them.
reasons.
Oh,
You've
for
never
other
seen
reasons.
any of the Police Academy movies?
No.
Get the fuck out of
And
here.
now at this point, it's like, why do I want to go back and watch them?
Start with the later ones. They were better.
Okay.
They're going to make one over again.
What the fuck?
Let me go to Travis in Pittsburgh. He's got a question for Mr. Jay Farrow from SNL.
Oh, what up?
What's up, Travis? He hung up. He got
I got a
nervous.
question for you. Clean.
Let's go to Trucker
The
Dan.
dial
then.
tone, bitch. That's my question.
Trucker Dan in Wisconsin.
What did Jay Farrell say? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Primetime Sam Roberts, DJ Udat, and the hottest babe in broadcasting. How we doing?
Good, Trucker Dan.
Yeah.
I was talking about you, of course, Sam, is the hottest babe in broadcasting.
I took it as such.
Hey, dumb question for you. Are you familiar with Patrice O'Neill? Because
I love him.
I think you could absolutely do a stone cold perfect impersonation of him if you were so inclined. I just thought I'd throw that comment out there.
I love Patrice O'Neill. I'm sorry. It's kind of crazy that he passed because he was such a brilliant comedian. But yes, I'm very familiar with him.
Did you know him?
No, I don't think I ever met him.
Yeah, because that's my favorite thing is to find out from, because he used to do O&A all the time. So
Yeah.
my favorite thing is to find out from comedians whether they met him or not and what their interactions, because either they didn't know him like you and they loved him because he was, amazing.
Right.
One of a kind, nobody ever like him. They knew him and they loved him, or they knew him and they hated him.
Yeah.
He treated, if he didn't like you,
Wow.
there was no secret.
I thought he was like a big teddy bear.
No. A teddy bear with anthrax.
Okay.
No, there was no.
I was incorrect.
Yeah, there was no big teddy bear. Well, listen, we're going to take a quick break. We're also going into break, going to play the moment of the week this week on the Opie and Anthony Show. Jay Farrell, thank you for stopping by, my friend.
Play my music on your show.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think that would be cool.
All right. So what I want you to do is give me your music,
Cool.
and I'm going to play it. But you have to like.
I mean, he told you were cute, man. Come on.
he didn't
Yeah.
say. Did you say that?
So you're a sexy man.
He did say
Okay,
that.
it's
No
starting.
homo.
Nicole, it's working on me too. I get it. I understand the vibes.
Do you feel sexy?
No, I feel like attracted.
Okay.
In some weird,
Okay.
strange
You see
way.
what I did there?
What's that?
You see, I did a mind fuck, man.
Is that like Diddy?
That's all it is.
Yeah, I understand.
Just a mind fuck.
He
man.
feels cute
understand.
now. Now you feel cute.
Now
Huh?
you
For a
feel-
second.
See, now I
Yeah.
try to boost your confidence.
Thank
Now,
you.
when I'm not in here, you can talk to her as she should be spoken to.
Good.
You can speak
man.
to her. You can look at her in the eyes and say, guess
Cute.
what? Even though I see that big
You're
rock
not looking
on
at
your
my
finger.
Yeah, you're not looking at my eyes
Oh,
though.
shit.
He wasn't looking. He was
Not
like looking.
even a little bit.
I was looking at that fucking diamond encrusted rock on your shit.
Yeah.
Thank
That
God
shit
it was
totally
right.
different.
And thank God it was right next to her
Guess
breasts.
what? Guess what?
That's what I was
Right
looking
there.
at.
Yeah.
Guess what? Guess what? Guess what?
What?
That's a lucky guy.
He's looking.
And you know
Thank
what?
you,
He's being
thank
smooth
you.
though. He's
should-
not being.
listen.
He's not being truthful. He's being smooth.
Hey, small, tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? He should wake up every day
Motherfucker, right?
and he should say, yo, I got one of the finest women. I got the finest woman in the world.
Can you please stop? I literally.
Are you wet? Tell
I'm
me the truth.
literally
Moisture.
Juicy McGee right
Okay.
now.
See?
And that's, by the way, when she got pulled out of here, her boss told her, "You can keep doing that show, but if you get wet on the radio again,
As
you're
a
out."
wrap, yeah.
So don't get her all.
And question for you,
Juiced
what's your
up.
husband's name?
Matt Ryan.
Hey, yo, Matt Ryan.
That's the man right
Check
there.
this out. That's how you supposed to talk to her. You gotta look in her eyes. You know what I'm saying? Push her hair back.
Yeah, digga.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look at her dead in her eyes.
Yeah.
And just,
All right.
and say,
Look, I can't be a part of this anymore. It's starting to get like, I feel like I'm being cuckolded and I'm not even in a relationship with this woman.
you gotta look in her eyes and you gotta say, what the fuck are you still doing here? You need to leave.
All right. It's just going to happen.
Give me the elbow feeling.
disrespectful.
Yeah, I know. You just told to
It
get the
was
fuck out, and she was like,
most
"I love
But
you."
it was so smooth.
Yeah.
It's the way I said it.
It's
It's
the
all
delivery.
about
It's the
delivery,
delivery.
baby.
Hey, Nicole,
Yeah.
pancakes and butter.
Wow. See, Sam, look at that. You're
Okay.
learning from Jay Farrell.
Nicole,
Yeah, see?
Nicole is going to blow Jay Farrow. I
Whoa.
appreciate you stopping by. Jay, Whoo Kid, thank you for bringing him.
Hell
Trophies.
yeah.
And we'll be back
Worse.
with more Sam Roberts Friday Show in just a sec.
Sam Roberts Friday Show. We'll be right back. Sam Roberts Friday Show is back.
Is this Jay Farrow?
I believe it is.
We don't know. The room just got so much whiter.
Oh my God.
I mean, it sounds like rapping,
That sounds.
right? I mean, I think so. Welcome back to Sam Roberts Friday Show. Whoo Kid, can you tell me if this is Jay Farrow? We think we're playing his music for him. You don't even know either.
It's the blankest stare I've ever seen in my life.
He has no clue. Even Whoo Kid got whiter when Jay Farrow left.
I know. I was super white.
You were. Thank you to Jay Farrell for stopping by. Nicole Ryan is here. DJ Whoo Kid is here. And Sam Morrill is here. Morrill.
Doesn't matter.
It's not an E, though. Right. But it's not an E.
And phonetically, it makes no sense, so I can't really hold anyone to it. I don't really care.
See, this is what I was looking for. When we talked to Guy Fieri, he was like, well, it's actually technically Fieri. And I was like, shut the fuck up.
Dude, your name,
it is
we're going to pronounce your name as American as your food is, dude.
Right?
We're not going to show you any respect. All right?
Like, I've been to Times Square, okay?
Yeah.
I know what we're serving.
You got like didn't you have like an upscale bar restaurant or something?
I mean,
is that like the last upscale food you want to try?
Yeah.
Let's get some really,
bashing
nice...
my boy.
We're not bashing
is
him.
he?
We're not bashing him.
That's my guy.
What I'm saying is he brought in danger dogs for everybody to try, so I don't think Fiedi makes danger dogs, you know?
You'll always have a long-standing issue with him. It'll never go away.
But this is what I'm talking about. Like, if he had responded, well, you know, yeah, technically it's Fiedi, but we're in America, whatever you want to call me, then it would have been like, okay, we're cool. As opposed to, well, that's not my name.
I know. You look like a dude from Smash Mouth. Stop taking yourself so seriously.
What if somebody called you Sam Robert? Would that annoy you? Because that's not your name.
If he was French, I guess it wouldn't annoy me, but Sam Roberts is maybe the most phonetically pleasing name that there's ever been.
Great.
Right?
I think Robert is kind of cool, though.
I would take it.
Yeah,
Very fancy.
You sound like a culinary chef. You sound like you could be.
He's mad at Guy because the guy squirted like a little bit of alcohol in his mouth.
He doesn't like booze.
That's where it stems from.
And
you don't drink?
I don't drink at all.
Wow.
I've never had a drink, except that we had this incident with Guy Fieri where he was like, "Oh, do you want some?" Because I also eat weird foods, so he put steak in my mouth, and like I knew, like knowingly, right? Not.
We all know where this is going.
He's like a phenomenon to the human race. He doesn't make any sense.
No, I'm a phenomenon for other reasons, positive reasons.
True.
But like I tried some of his steak or whatever, knowing I wouldn't like it, and then I, spit it in the garbage. And Guy Fieri was like, "Do you want some water?" And I go,
"Yeah." Spit his food in the garbage in front of him.
You think I'm the first person? And then I was like, "Yeah, I'd love some water." And he squirted cooking vodka in my mouth. I was pissed. That's a shitty thing, right?
Yeah, that's violating.
Thank you.
You Gaylord, you.
Thank you. Gaylord. It's like a 1994 insult.
I know.
Keeping it real.
Wow. Sam.
Yeah, dude.
What's going on, buddy?
Not much. I've been on the road a little bit. I'm back for most of the summer.
Yeah.
You know? Just was in New Orleans.
Yeah. How was that?
Amazing. I love New Orleans. And if you don't drink, I imagine it would suck. But for me, it was awesome. You know? And
I know anything. This guy.
I went to school for like a year in New Orleans, and it's one of two times. I've never been arrested. I've been handcuffed twice, and I got handcuffed there. And while I got handcuffed, this is the dumbest story ever. But I was just walking down like some frat row, and some guy's like, "You want this blunt?" And I was like, "Yes." So I was that
yes,
drunk.
as a matter of fact,
I just took a hit of the blunt, and as I took it, a cop was like, "Put your hands on the wall." So all four of us have our hands on the wall, and they're patting us down. And as they're patting us down, the cop asked me. I remember there's the dumbest drunk. I thought I was being funny. This cop said, "How much have you had to drink?" And I said, "I've had a few too many." And he said, "How much of that?" I was like, you know too many? I said, "It's a few more than that." And he handcuffed me when I said that. I thought I was being really funny.
Right.
And then he starts patting me down. And he took...
Officer, before you cuff me, I want you to know I am a comedian. So this is
I was 19, and I was trying to be a comedian. And he pulled a joke book out of my back pocket.
No.
This is 100% true.
You had a joke book on you?
I still do. I always have a joke book on me. Wait,
is it a joke book? With your jokes in it?
Yeah, of course.
I thought it was
like musings, I guess, thoughts.
I thought you meant like one of those like Jackie Martling's like 100 knock knock jokes.
Walk into a bar. Right. That's what I had in my back pocket. Right. No, so I just had my own thoughts, and he said, "What the hell is this?" And I should have been like, "It's no some class." No. But I said it's my joke pad. And,
after he had cuffed you.
Yeah. And then he said, he goes, "All right, let's see this." So he starts reading the jokes out loud to his partner. And after every joke, he's like, "That's the worst piece of shit I've ever heard."
And was it?
They were awful. Yeah, they sucked. I was 19. Yeah, I deserved it. And they took the joke book. They just left. They let me go. They didn't arrest me, but they kept.
But they kept it.
Yeah.
Oh, so they went back to the station and were like reading these.
I don't even want to picture what they did with it.
They stole it.
They stole it.
It's not right.
They're corrupt.
Yeah.
You never saw that scene on The Wire.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's out there.
Sounds like an SVU episode to me. And they're just jerking off on the pages of your joke. Oh, this one's funny, huh?
There was a rape that happened right next to the joke pad that like, somehow I'm linked to. I'm like, no, it wasn't me. It was my jokes.
Yeah, exactly. They just want to link you to something else later on.
New Orleans is kind of crazy. I'm just scared of the roaches there. They just fly.
They
everywhere.
fly.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Flying roaches?
Big flying roaches. They're
No.
I think, you know where else they have those? In Bermuda.
Yeah.
I went to Bermuda on my honeymoon after I got married.
They flew in your mouth, right?
And no, they didn't fly in my
Right in
mouth.
his mouth.
But like we got to the hotel room, and as soon as we put our bags down, there's a big roach, which is like, oh man, because roaches. Then if you have
the girl can't relax with a roach in the room.
No fucking way.
There's no way to translate into sex.
And it's because guess what? If you've gone so far as roaches, bed bugs are 100%.
Yeah, that's true.
And so because when you're in a hotel, we're on one of the top floors, so that means there are roaches crawling in the walls and everything.
Oh, man.
But as it turned out, the hotel maid was like, "Oh no, they just fly in here."
It's bizarre.
And I was like, "What?" And that's what it was. It was one of the. Well, I mean, they said it. It was probably crawling all over the walls, but
Wings.
it was one of the flying roaches that flew up and flew in the little sliding door on the.
Can you imagine like pulling her panty to the side and there's a roach right there?
Dude, bed bugs are one of my like biggest fears. Like I find that like to be the most vile. Like I think about it and I get itchy.
Yeah. It's the worst.
Yeah.
It's also that is the worst thing. You're on your honeymoon. There's a dead roach
at the beginning.
Did you get your money back?
No, I mean,
you get some free shit out of that.
The roach flew away, and then they moved us to a different room, and I was like, "It's all good. It's all good."
One time I was trying to make out with a girl I was dating, and there was a dead mouse on the shelf right behind her, and I just whipped my dick out, and I'm like, "All right, we're about to have sex."
Yeah.
And then she just starts screaming, and was a dead mouse, and I'm like, "Can we just wait till afterwards?" She's like, "No, scoop it out." And I should throw out the mouse
with your dick out.
Yeah,
which is just feeling vulnerable.
Yeah, it's a very bad way to throw a mouse out.
Like the mouse is going to come back to life and attack your dick.
Yeah, you never think they're really dead.
No.
And they're always a little more squishy than you expect.
They're always like they still like wiggle, like even after you hit them like a million times.
Such a sad way to go for that mouse too.
Oh.
You know?
I thought you were going to sit there going like that you saw the dead mouse on the shelf, so you're just like, no, don't turn around, don't turn around, just grabbing the back of her head because you knew.
I know.
Because you could survive that.
Then I finish and I'm like, all right, now you can look.
Oh my, I didn't see that either.
Yeah.
Did your wife get tested for the bugs? Because
what do you mean tested?
What do you mean tested?
She didn't have sex with the roach.
No,
just saw it
for bed bugs. You mean?
Yeah,
it's not like AIDS. I don't think you get tested.
I don't think so either.
But what I heard is my medical nigga told me that
Who Kid always brings us tips to the. As a matter of fact, maybe E-Rock, could you do me a favor in there? Could you write down a production note? We need some kind of medical N-word and say N-word because I don't want people freely using that word like Whoo Kid.
There you go.
I need medical N-word production.
Yeah.
A tip from the medical N-word. Can you write that down?
Can I have Dr. Steve say it?
I mean, whatever works.
That'd be better,
you guys behind the scenes figure that out for me. Will you do that?
Say medical nigga.
But they don't test her. Don't they have like an exterminator that comes in and sees if there's? I
They have
mean,
the bed bug sniffing dog, Roscoe.
There you
He
go.
knows ads, right?
Nah, but the medical nigga told me that for some reason the bugs love a white girl booty hole.
Booty hole.
And they reserve and live there until you get your shots.
You know what happened just now?
The
Whoo
booty
Kid
hole.
broke. Remember that conversation we had with Jay Farrell where he said if he thinks about what he's saying, he starts laughing? When I repeated booty hole, I broke Whoo Kid for a second. I got you. I got you.
White women's private parts for their bugs.
They don't like black booty hole. They like white women.
booty hole is like low income housing for their bugs.
Yeah.
No, I checked my wife's booty hole. There were no bed bugs.
good to know.
That's great.
But
yeah. Tossing that, huh? Dirty motherfucker.
Well, Sam Morril. Yeah, I mean, you always hear I don't know how people survive. Like I've heard of people who will exist. Like if you find out your apartment was infested, with rats or bugs or whatever. Would you be able to live there another day?
My old apartment, I had a mouse, and I went out and I got a cat because of the mouse. I'm too lazy to get.
I'm too a mouse trap.
I don't fuck with mouse traps. No, I'm like I'm going to adopt a cat, and the cat the next day the mouse was dead on my floor, and I was hungover as shit, and I was like, ugh. I'm like, but I appreciate it.
He was smart.
He stood there proudly over it. It was awesome. It was a great moment.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, and that's probably the best thing you can get, because then you've satisfied the order of the animal kingdom, and it makes you feel better, because there's something about it. Like when you see a mouse with a broken neck in a mouse trap, you're like, oh fuck, did I really have to?
Well, sometimes they get out. Like sometimes it'll be their leg, and they'll just be like, then you have like a 3-legged mouse running around your apartment, which is even grosser. I don't need an amputee mouse.
Just little dots of mouse blood.
Who's gonna pick it up? You know what I mean? You pick it up. You do. It's, especially if it's like still wiggling around a little bit, like the bottom half of the body.
They screech too.
Oh,
they
yes.
Screech.
Mice do?
Yeah, they suck. I hate mice. Oh my god.
Especially when they get caught in the trap and they're still alive.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
You know what I don't like? I don't like rat tails, the flesh tail. At least a mouse has like a little furry tail.
It's nothing compared to DuckTales. Woohoo.
Wow. You went there.
866 wow 1 wow if you want to call the show. 866-969-1969. Here on Sam Roberts' Friday show. Sam Morrell is here along with DJ Whoo Kid and Nicole. Yeah, that's why I can't picture living in the city. Because you see, I mean, it's just rats everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere. And especially if you're walking around early in the morning, late at night, they're all over the sidewalks.
Yeah, the parks are pretty gross now.
Especially in the village, they wear shorts now.
I know.
Yeah, you were telling me that.
Poom poom shorts.
Yeah, you told poom poom.
I mean, the little tight shit that the
I
kids
see.
wear.
Hipster shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kanye West joints.
They're arrogant too. They don't even like hide. They just walk around freely like they own the city.
Yeah.
You got to put a stop to it.
Yeah.
Call 311 now.
You just
311. Yeah.
I don't know. I've never done it.
Actually called 311.
That's what my mom says. I don't know.
I called 311 once.
Never.
I called 311 because I had a flat tire.
Did you really?
You don't
know how to change a flat tire?
No, it's
God.
2014.
I don't even know how to drive. So when I hear that, I'm like, that's
you a man?
crazy.
Do you know how to change a flat tire?
No, but my husband does.
No, my husband does. Relax over there, okay?
It's your job to know.
It's not my job is to do this. This is what my job is.
I agree. You know what?
Like,
Men
fuck
have
off.
to do too much these days. Why do we have to? Why do we have to know how to change a tire?
Like if I come home and say, "Hey Jess, it is your job to cook. You're a woman."
Exactly. I'm with you.
Like if you came home and your husband Matt goes, "Hey Nicole, I just noticed the bed's not made," and you were like, "Yeah, but I was doing radio with Sam," and he was like, "Yeah, but guess what? It's your job. You're supposed to."
Yeah, punch him in the throat.
Exactly. That's a double standard, and it's not a right thing.
Well, I think you should punch the 311 guy in the throat.
I'm going to.
Agreed.
And you know what happened? 311 told me that this was not their jurisdiction.
Really?
And 911 told me this was not an emergency. That's true.
So what do you call 511?
I called every phone number because roadside assistance was like, it was on the Major Deegan here in New York, and apparently that's a private road. Roadside assistance, it was like 5 o'clock in the morning. I was on my way to work, but I have a flat tire. Roadside assistance said, "Well, that's a private road, and I don't think we can get out there." I was like, "Oh
my God!
Fuck. I'm going to be on the Major Deegan here on the Bronx border. There's the worst gas station in the world."
Do you have a spare tire in your car though?
Yeah, it's a Jeep, so it's on the back.
Oh, okay.
But like, I went to the cashier at the gas service store, and he wouldn't even open the door. I was like, "I have a flat tire. Is there anything you could do?" No. Because it was still dark out. So he was like, "Fuck you if I'm leaving this place."
See, now you know how we feel, because you look half black. You know what I'm saying?
Is that what it was?
Look at that hair, motherfucker.
Maybe you're right. And so I called I woke up my dad. He was like, "Yeah, call 311. So I called 311, and they were like, "This is really where you call if you see a homeless person freezing."
Who calls in a homeless person?
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, "Are you busy?"
I've thought
You
about
call him and they're like, "Look, he's homeless. There's nothing we can do." That's what I assume happens.
Hey, there's a homeless guy out here. He's cold as shit. And they'd be like, "Yeah, I'd imagine. It's really cold outside."
I thought about it because I get worried. Like, are they dead? Are they OD'd?
Right.
Are they just like, I just get worried. It makes me sad.
And so then my last resort was 911. And they were like, "Sir, this is for emergencies."
We had a missing child. Let's put that on hold so we can get your tire.
Oh yeah, this is the kids in the Bronx with a flat tire.
I'm not really that far. I don't know how to switch a tire either.
You don't,
I
right?
call a tow truck. So.
I think it's something we all should know, not just the men, but especially the men. That's all I'm saying.
You don't know though. I think it's something we all should know. So why haven't you learned it?
I have someone else install my cable. I'm not gonna.
You do?
Yeah, I'm not doing it.
Me too.
Good for you.
This is America. I'm not learning how to do a tire.
Guys like to be handy, I thought.
Not this guy.
No.
Apparently not.
No, there's a lot of guys like the two Sams in this room that couldn't be less handy.
I got my bitches, man. They changed my shit.
Yeah, you do. You hang out with rugged bitches.
People always say you get a satisfaction from like fixing stuff around the house. I'm like, I get a satisfaction from not touching it. And
Yeah.
doing other stuff.
Like if I didn't live with a woman, you would come over to my place and light switches just wouldn't work. No, yeah, no, that light turned on when I moved in, but it doesn't do that anymore.
That's totally.
Like, it's just no. That area of the house stays dark when it's night.
Do you always call somebody if something's broken? You never have ever like tried to fix it yourself?
Like what? I mean, I'll change a light bulb. I was exaggerating there, but I mean, if something's
like a toilet or like your sink.
I'll call a super. I live in an apartment.
I don't know. I just think you got to give it a try before you call.
Why? You live. There's a reason that there's a super.
Yeah, that's what the super
a man.
does, right? Yeah, but so is he, and he's more of a man. That's what he does.
He fucking spends all day in that building, and then he lives there.
His name is Super. Doesn't he want to earn that name?
Right.
I have higher standards for you, Sam.
He's a superintendent. Like, he's there to help.
Okay, all right. So you use your super. I feel as though you are fully capable of doing all of these
so
things.
are you, and you don't do it.
All right, you got one.
Let's go to Austin in Long Island, who's been on hold for well over an hour. What's up, Austin?
Don't tell people how long.
Sorry, Austin.
It's all right, man.
Listen, I've been on hold for a little while, so I got a couple points. Big Mama, you said that you were Drippy McGee when Jay Farrow was coming on to you.
Did I? Was that the actual
that was
lingo
the
I
actual
used?
Drippy McGee.
Right.
The worst thing about mouse traps is when a rat or a mouse actually pulls its head off of its body trying to escape.
That actually sounds like the problem solving itself, though, doesn't it?
Right. Like, what if you just like act like a mouse is?
It's like a little
trapped.
mice guillotine or something.
Sexy. That's great. Yeah. Because then you don't have to watch it die or anything. You just technically you killed you. I didn't kill you.
Yeah. That was a suicide, as far as I'm concerned.
Right. That had nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
Poor little guys.
Sam.
Yeah.
The Four Horsemen theme song, the greatest theme song of all time?
The Four Horsemen, I think so.
That was a good song.
It was a bomb. Whoo Kid, this is what I really called about.
I love that Austin was sitting there on hold for like an hour with a little notepad, and he's just writing down like Patton Oswalt and Big Fan. He's just writing down everything that he's going to get to.
Hell yeah.
If a cop steals this notepad, I'm going to be fucking pissed. Whoo Kid, I started my morning today like I do every morning. Smoked a cigarette, brushed my teeth, checked your Instagram to see what was up. You had the Kardashians on, and all three sisters asked you whose face you would come in.
I know.
You wait.
Hell
The Kardashian sisters asked you whose face you would come
Kim,
in?
Courtney, and Khloe.
Who'd you choose?
I told him I was going to give him the triple,
Oh, that's a cop out.
Did they
Come
literally-
on.
That's diplomatic.
Did
I
they
like that he
literally
said that.
say whose face would you come in?
It's on my Instagram.
Which one asked?
Khloe.
Wow.
Wow. Well, I mean, I'd pick her just for that.
You've always had a thing for Chloe, though.
And then the other one, Courtney, she used to smuggle heroin in her pussy.
Is that right?
She didn't.
In high school.
She in high school. I mean, if Whoo Kid said
Just
it,
to
he
make
talked
ends
to her.
meet. Come on.
That up 100%.
It's on my. You can play it right now if you want.
It's on Whoo Kid's Instagram. Just Whoo Kid.
The fucking morning mashup.
Austin. Yeah, exactly. You're supposed to be an entertainment reporter. Way to go, Nicole.
Notice the Kardashians did smuggle heroin in their pussy in high school.
I don't report lies.
You got to send that to TMZ.
Thank you,
now.
Austin.
You're the best, Sam.
I'll talk to you later, buddy.
Can't make this up.
Doug in Boston.
Hey!
What's up, buddy?
Hey, dude. If you look in your owner's manual,
Yeah.
it'll tell you how to change a tire.
You should have seen. Doug. You should have seen the look of disgust on the guy's face when he showed up. Finally, I got in touch. I got another operator on the roadside assistance line, and they were able to. Finally, some guy in a tow truck came, and he was like, "You have a jack?" And I was like, "I'm sure not." And he was like, and he walked over, he just like almost stomped over indignantly, opened the passenger door, pulled the seat forward, and he pointed down at the floor under the chair and goes, "That would be your jack."
I was frustrated with you.
Jeez.
Yeah, he said, Samantha, the jack behind the chair.
Yeah, excuse me, miss. That's where your jack is.
All right, buddy. See ya.
Oh, thank you, Doug. Do you have that? Are you playing that Instagram video?
Yeah.
Whose face are you gonna come on? Ew, Chloe. Whose face are you gonna come on?
Oh, wow.
Just looped.
Can you send me that?
That's it.
That's hot.
That is-
I saw all three. I might just give you a triple
Seriously?
Adding in your own laugh track.
All right, here's the heroin one because Nicole.
That's true.
Nicole don't want to believe it. All right, here we go. I don't lie. You know what I'm saying?
And by the way, if Whoo Kid gives you a scoop
Yeah.
here today,
Yeah.
does that mean your boss is going to stop dragging you out of the studio?
I can't promise
Okay.
that. No.
Whoo Kid.
I want to hear the heroin one.
She used to hide heroin up her puss. To hide heroin up her puss.
Sounds like a joke.
I don't know. I mean, that sounds.
I did. I used to smuggle it in, sell it at school.
Dude, that's a Kardashian voice.
Wow. Okay, look it. You heard it here first.
So don't make wild accusations about
I don't
Whoo
know why
Kid.
y'all think I'd be lying.
I don't.
What up, God?
I'm with you, Whoo Kid.
It sounded a little outlandish. I apologize.
Kardashian, yo.
My wife just texted me. She's listening to the show at home.
Uh-oh.
Jess, you can always call in, too. As can any of you. 866-WOW-1-WOW. Don't. That's so. You say that. It's
Is she
so.
talking about her booty hole?
Girly and no, she didn't mention. She doesn't mention bugs in the booty hole, but she says it takes you weeks to change a light bulb. I WD-40'd the windows this morning.
Wow.
I'm not sure I know what that means.
I don't know what it means either.
Do you?
No.
No.
Is that like a safety thing? It sounds like a safety thing.
Does that mean like I would just put bars on it?
No.
I don't know.
I don't know.
She's the man of the house,
I'm
God.
not sure. John in Queens.
Sam, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Nothing.
Windows were squeaking. That's why she put WD-40 on.
See, I'm the type of guy that doesn't mind a squeaky window.
Dude, my air conditioner, I can't sleep. It's that loud, and I haven't changed anything.
It is what it is.
I just live like that.
I like that sound.
Yeah?
The sound of an air conditioner.
I like it. It's like soothing, huh?
Yeah. It's a white
Not
noise.
this one. It screeches.
Yeah.
It's mice dying.
How you doing, you sexy little milf?
I'm doing well. How are you?
He has his, don't respond to him. His dick's in his hand. I mean, that's obvious.
I was just being polite.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, you know what? It is.
Let's keep quiet. Let's give him his time.
All right.
Right. Thank you, Whoo Kid.
Yeah.
Thanks. Go ahead. All right. Goodbye, John. Goodbye, John. Chris in Staten Island.
Hey, Sam. Congrats on the show.
Thanks, buddy.
Hey, Whoo Kid. Hey, sweetheart. How's everybody doing?
What's up, dogs?
Yo.
What up?
Listen, I got roadside assistance through my insurance through Geico. Now, I'm a manly friggin' man. I haven't seen
Obviously, you said freaking before it.
Okay? It don't cost me a dime. I say, change my tire. They come and change my tire, and I'm out, and I'm about 40 minutes done.
Wow.
So you got nothing to be ashamed of.
Look.
You sound like your name should be like Union Jack or something.
And I'm from, I grew up in Brooklyn. Forget about it,
I get it. I get it. Thanks, Chris. Luke in Mississippi. Welcome to Sam Roberts' Friday Show.
Yeah, man. I just think it's possibly a northern thing because I used to live in Baltimore, Maryland, and when I moved down to Mississippi, I had to learn how to change a tire. I got married down here, and my wife got stranded 45 minutes. I said, just call AAA. That's what I paid for. She said, I don't want some stranger coming and changing my tire. So I had to get
You
my
moved
ass
from
out.
Maryland to Mississippi. I hope she was worth it. Jesus.
Right? Totally, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's like exactly. There are surveys. It's called roadside assistance.
Southern gentleman thing.
But everybody's got roadside assistance. So, yeah, that's what you pay for, right?
Exactly. But she didn't want a stranger coming out there. So I guess.
And you don't want her on a highway because a lot of they hang black people out there, and then, you don't want to see them while you're changing your tire.
No, you're right. You're right. You could scare somebody. All those. That's
what they do in Mississippi, right? They still do that.
Now,
right?
I believe that was in the film Mississippi Burning, which actually takes place not in current era Mississippi.
My boy was driving on it. He saw some niggas
Just a
hanging.
movie.
Yeah,
Just a movie.
Yeah, no, I think he might have seen some black people hanging out. Maybe they were just they were hanging out. I don't
hanging the night.
I don't think so. I don't think they do that anymore. I certainly hope not. Well, look, we got a lot of stuff to get to here on Sam Roberts Friday Show. You hanging, Sam?
Yeah, dude.
All right, you're hanging out. When we get back, I got some interview clips I want to play for you. I talked to Guy Pearce earlier this week, and I want to share with all of you guys what he said. Also, Jason Biggs and his wife, who's like the it girl of the moment, Jenny Mullins.
The man right there.
So cool.
Yeah.
I love them.
We'll get into that after this. First, here's a little moment in O&A history from this week.
Oh, shit.
Sam Roberts, Friday Show will be right back. Right back. Right back. Sam Roberts Friday Show is back.
The snow glows white on the mountain tonight, not a footprint to be seen.
This is good.
What is this?
This is that Let It Go song.
Ah, well, Frozen action.
They were legit. Like, I don't know. I can't believe people are. I've only heard this song because I've never seen that Frozen movie.
Right.
but I've only heard this song in the context of either parody or irony.
Right.
I was just in the bathroom, and they were legit, like, this was the song that was pumping through the...
Is this Adele Dazeem?
That's who it is.
Yeah.
I just can't believe this song...
I've never heard it.
The Let It Go song?
I know it's a huge song.
Yeah.
I've never heard it.
Shit is
Like,
hard right here.
You think so? What?
Who's that Frozen movie?
Oh, I've heard it.
Yeah. But you've heard it in the context of something. Like, I was sitting there pissing, and I was like, wait, this song is really playing right now, as in, like, this is something that we play on the radio for people's enjoyment?
He heard it last time he was dancing around in his room naked.
You talking about Sam Morril?
I am.
You can follow Sam Morril on Twitter at Sam Morril, but it's spelled like moral.
This shit is hard.
It is. And that shit is indeed hard.
It's like difficult, not like cool.
No, it's M-O-R-R-I-L.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It is hard.
Well, I was saying before the break that I talked to Guy Pearce earlier this week. And, we talk about this because I would love to have live, all the guests be live, like Sam is, like Jay Farrow was earlier in the show. We're only on one day a week, and I still want to be able to bring to everybody, this celebrity involvement. I want everybody to know what's going on. I want this to be an epicenter.
You're so giving.
That's me. That's me. So during the week, I talk to some of these people that come up to SiriusXM, and I don't want to pretend that they're live. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There are a lot of places where it's like,
Shit is real.
We got Guy Pearce coming in studio right now.
Promoting Memento. This is an old interview.
Right. He's promoting. He wanted to do the re-release of Memento. He recorded in like '96.
He's in a lot of great movies. L.A. Confidential. That's a classic. Man.
Yeah, and he's still doing. He was in King's Speech.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
He was in a ton of movies.
That was good. He won a lot of awards with that shit.
Yes, he did. He won. He has won awards with that shit that he calls acting.
Oh shit!
But I wanted to play for you. He was talking about. He's actually talking about L.A. Confidential because. Do you know what won the Academy Award that year? L.A. Confidential was nominated.
What one? Was that 98?
I think it was earlier than that. I think it was like I might be wrong.
Confidential.
I think it was like 96.
Holy shit!
Kim Basinger won, right?
Wow.
She won the Oscar, I think.
Maybe, but Titanic won Best Picture.
That was that year?
Yeah. So he's still
bitter.
He's still feeling it. Listen to this clip. So have there been movies that you go, oh shit, well that didn't turn out like I thought?
Yeah, and there have, and strangely enough, I think every movie you make, you imagine what the best version of the movie could be, and you also imagine what the worst version of the movie can be. And even if it's not that the movie ends up the worst version of itself, but it just might be a miss. Things just may not coalesce, and they just don't necessarily kind of come to life the way that they could or that they should. I remember going to see a rough cut of LA Confidential going, wow, like this is just, like the energy of it and the pacing of it and the look of it, everything just felt really great. And then, of course, the world took it on and went, this is a classic. Well, after they gave the awards to Titanic, they then said LA Confidential was a classic. But
what happens? Didn't like Dances with Wolves get Goodfellas Oscars or something like that?
I think so. But yeah, Titanic cleaned up really, unfortunately, and that's why the Academy Awards, when we had the King's Speech there, was kind of doubly fantastic for us because it knocked off. What was James Cameron's movie?
Avatar.
Right.
You were
So
like,
personally,
"Gotcha,
I was
Cameron."
going, yes. Yeah. And I reckon everyone out there went, well, we gave it to you for Titanic.
Right.
And really, we should have just given it to you for the visual effects.
Right.
We'll give it to you for the visual effects this time. We shouldn't give it to you for the movie because remember what happened last time.
Right. You were like, Justice.
Finally.
But isn't that great to know?
Wow.
That was Guy Pearce. He's got a new movie out. It's called The Rover. It's an indie movie, so it's in a few theaters, but I think it's on demand stuff. It's actually a really badass, like, Guy Pearce. He's got a terrible haircut and a big shaggy beard, and he just fucks people up.
You saw it?
Yeah, it's good. I would recommend it.
I mean, he does look like a rapist.
What?
I'm sure he'd be thrilled to hear that you think that.
He's a very good-looking guy.
He's a handsome guy.
Yeah.
He got that beard and all that.
Did you see Memento? He was like in a nice suit and everything.
I like that he said like that was hanging over the Academy's head for 11 years or whatever it was. They're like, we really fucked you with this. Let's give it back to you 11 years later.
Don't you love the honesty though? That, like, because most of the time these actors come in and they won't talk about they'll say, well, yeah, but that was a good movie too. Not only is Guy Pearce saying, no, we should have won, but he's saying, I've known that for whatever it is, 15 years that movie sucked.
Oh yeah, I mean, look, LA Confidential. I think it's a way better movie. But that year, it was a weird year. Didn't As Good as It Gets kind of sweep that year too? Won like all the acting awards.
Yeah, it did really well.
It was a weird year.
Jack Nicholson. Yeah,
I love that movie. It's a fun movie.
But it's like the one time they give Academy Awards to comedy movies. It's As Good as It Gets.
I know. Yeah,
What's the worst? I haven't seen any of these movies that you speak of.
Would you see Titanic?
Of course I saw Titanic.
That was Good Will Hunting that year also. There's a lot of big movies that year.
It's weird because when Titanic was out, I feel like most people were like, yeah, well, that should win Best Picture.
But not me. I feel like every teenage girl was squirting all over it, but I wasn't one of them, you know?
Even back then, you were like, this movie fucking sucks.
I thought it was a fine movie. It's like a big budget fine movie.
Right.
But come on, that corny old lady at the end where she's like has a little necklace and she throws it. I'm like, why are you throwing the necklace away, you old bag? That's worth money.
I cried at the end, though.
Of course you did. I think everybody did.
A lot of people don't know this about Whoo Kid, but he's a big pussy, so of course he cried at the end.
Leonardo died, yo.
I heard a rumor, I don't know if it's true, that Mark Wahlberg, or Leonardo DiCaprio passed on Boogie Nights to do Titanic, then Mark Wahlberg got Boogie Nights.
Wow.
Oh, really?
Which is that's crazy, because Boogie Nights is one of the best movies ever, I think, but Titanic's huge.
Yeah.
So what would you rather have?
I would love to be in Boogie Nights, just to have that mime 12-inch cock in the end.
But Titanic's a classic.
And just see if you could, and just so you could keep it.
Boogie Nights is such a... It worked out fine for both of them, but I mean,
but what would you rather have in your trophy case? Would you rather have an Oscar for Best Picture, or would you rather have the fake 12-inch penis from Boogie Nights? Either one is yours.
I feel like the Oscar's harder to get. We just go down to the Greenwich Village right now and pick up a 12-inch cock.
You can find it. I'd like to think, especially because it's Boogie Nights, so it's not like that movie didn't make money. That in the long term, I don't think Leonardo DiCaprio looks back at his career and he's like, you know what fucking kicked ass that I did? Titanic.
Yeah, he's been in so many great movies.
Right, now he's doing, I think if you caught him in a candid moment, he would tell you, no, I started actually doing good movies after Titanic was over.
He had a weird career. Did he go from Growing Pains to Titanic
he was Growing
to being
Pains.
Scorsese's dude?
Go over there, buddy. Right over there to that mic. I'm glad you're here because we were just talking about films, and we have
Ira.
No, he's our new film expert for Sam Roberts' Friday show. Why don't you pull that mic down towards your mouth there, Mr. Film Expert, and say hello to all the people at home.
See, I want to make fun of my medical nigga. You got film expert.
So this is our film.
Hello, Sam.
Ira's in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Straight from the Jay Thomas Show, which is on Indie every afternoon.
I want to wish you all the very, very best on your new show.
Oh, Ira, thank you so much.
So sweet.
We were talking about this, Ira, and I'm glad you're here because you're a bit of a film buff, no?
Yes, I am.
That's what I heard. Now, what do you think that Titanic should really have gotten the award for Best Picture at the Oscars?
It should have.
You do? You're a fan?
Yes.
Is that,
although, which is better, Titanic or Fiddler on the Roof?
Fiddler on the Roof and the Titanic.
Yeah.
Okay, well, he made the choice. He made the call.
Well with it.
You gave him a tough question, but he gave you the tough answer, Sam
That's
Morril.
right.
Yeah, I mean, that's you, Ira. That's you. When somebody puts you in a corner and says, we need an opinion, you're going to give him that opinion, aren't you?
That's right.
That's right. Now, so you were, is the Titanic, what was it about that film that you thought made it the best picture of that year?
I forget, but it was a good picture.
Right, you're right. I mean, that's undeniable, isn't it?
You can't be wrong with that.
No, you can't. Ira, is it okay if we go to some phone calls?
Yes.
All right, Sean in California. Welcome to Sam Roberts' Friday show. DJ Whoo Kid, Sam Morril, Ira, the film expert.
Yes, thank you, Sam, for having me.
Well, thank you. Go ahead.
The original cast for Titanic and a few other James Cameron films, and I can't remember all of them. Actually, quite a few films were for River Phoenix, Joaquin's brother. But because he died, Leonardo DiCaprio actually kind of filled that role.
Filled that Aryan void we all wanted?
Yeah.
And so he actually got into he wasn't the first choice for Titanic. And
Ira, is that true? Was it originally River Phoenix that was supposed to get that role in Titanic?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh. Well,
Get
I
outta
mean,
here.
I had no idea. James Cameron preferred River Phoenix, but that he died. And what happens, Ira? We going to be able to use a dead guy for that movie?
No.
Absolutely not.
Titanic, not Weekend at Bernie's.
Right, exactly right. So you preferred Titanic to L.A. Confidential. Because we just heard in the clip, Guy Pearce, after all these years, you probably know this, he's got his new movie, The Rover, still upset that L.A. Confidential did not get Best Picture that year.
It should have.
It should have. That's what you've been saying from the beginning. If one movie should have gotten Best Picture, it should have been...
Should have been that picture.
Exactly right. Exactly. Let's go to JR in Delaware. JR.
How you doing, JR?
Welcome to Sam Roberts Friday Show.
Hey, Sam. Earlier you were talking about the Frozen song you heard on the radio, and you said you were sitting there taking a piss. Do you sit down?
That could have been a Freudian slip.
Wow.
That's not good. Ira, what do you think?
Thinking like that, too.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
So you sit while you...
No, I do not actually.
This guy just sounds like a really bro-y lawyer. He's like, originally you said...
Yeah. Hey, my guy says he sits when he pisses. You said it. You did say it.
Your
Did
Honor,
you not? Did you not?
Is he a pussy? That's what I want to know.
But I'm saying, but did he say it? But did he say it? Ira, do you ever do you sit down to pee or you do it standing up?
I stand up and pee.
Like a man, am I right?
That's right.
Like a man, cock in hand. 866-WOW-1-WOW to call the Sam Roberts Friday Show. 866-969-1969. Tony in Chicago, welcome to the show.
Hey, Sam, how are you doing?
Good, buddy.
Long time. First time, long time. I want an Xbox One. Are you still giving them away?
Say that again?
Are you still giving away the Xbox One?
Oh, unfortunately not, but I think O&A are giving one away later this week.
Oh,
or next week, I guess. All right, buddy.
No, seriously, you're really doing a good job. I like listening to you. After, listening since O&A's been on XM, I've been listening to you rise up through the ranks.
All right, man. I appreciate it. What are you laughing at, Whoo Kid? It's a man complimenting me.
I don't know. I tripped.
It's a really, really slow compliment.
Yeah, but what am I going to do?
We're going to hang on every word here.
I mean, he had something to say that. I thought it was valuable, his contributions.
I felt bad. You know when I felt bad for Guy Pearce?
When?
When he didn't win for, Iron Man 3. He should have won an Academy Award for that.
You thought his performance in Iron Man 3 was so good? It was
fucking incredible. From the hood.
Ira, you're a film guy. You think Iron Man 3 was good enough that Guy Pearce deserved the Academy Award?
Iron Man 3 was an excellent picture.
True. But do you really think, based on the type of movie it was, the performance, did Guy Pearce deserve an Academy Award for it?
Yes.
Okay. All right, you're right, Whoo Kid.
He was an evil nigga.
This guy is a film expert.
He was evil.
And he was evil. I mean, Sam, I don't see how we can argue this one.
I like that he covers his bases. I feel like,
Yeah.
Let's go to Mike on Long Island.
Fuck the awards.
Hey, Sam.
What's up, buddy?
How you guys doing?
Good.
Listen, forget Titanic and L.A. Confidential. The biggest robbery ever was Shakespeare in Love beating
Hell yeah.
Ryan.
That's the shit.
Wow, that's true.
It's really rough.
I think they should give Oscars 10 years later, because looking back on that, is Shakespeare in Love ever on TV? Do you ever see that movie? Like,
no, because if that movie was on TV, there's no way anybody would fucking watch it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're right. And that's what
Gwyneth
actually...
Paltrow won the Oscar, too. That's kind of a,
And and that was when they were trying to build up Gwyneth Paltrow. It's like, yeah, she's a big, very good actress. But now it's like, yeah, it's Gwyneth Paltrow. She's,
Yeah.
You know
She's
what I
kind of
mean?
ruined it in an interview. She sounds kind of shitty.
She just blew it.
I mean, she do wear them tight shorts in Iron Man, you know what I mean?
I mean, that's another one. You are all about Iron Man sweeping the Academy Awards.
Yeah, I think the fight is fixed, man. Fuck the awards.
Yeah, you're very upset about
Iron
it.
Man. I'm into it.
Yeah, but did you think to yourself, this movie should be sweeping the Academy Awards this year? You didn't.
Holding that award.
But dude, yeah, Shakespeare in Love had a lot of. Ben Affleck, and I mean, it's got a lot of people. A lot of people you look back at and you're like, is this really Oscar? You know?
Right. Yeah, now we kind of, and that's actually something, I'll put the whole Guy Pearce interview at notsam.com over the weekend, but one of the things we talked about was the fact that you kind of have to sit with movies that are really good for a period of time to figure out if they deserve
it's
any
like
of
a fine wine or something.
Yes.
Can't just say I like this.
How long, for a good movie, how long does it take to really appreciate it?
2.5 hours.
Okay, 2.5 hours. I mean, that is a movie length, right?
Some movies from
you know what I heard? There's going to be a Brokeback.
100 minutes.
True. That's a little less than 2 hours.
That's right.
That's right.
Sam, can you ask him that there's going to be a Brokeback Mountain in 3D, I heard.
Wow. Now, Whoo Kid, he's my correspondent.
My friends are texting me right now. Since we have him up here,
we have the film expert here.
Get this out the way.
Whoo Kid is my correspondent to the streets, the way you are my film expert, Ira.
The gay streets.
He wanted to know, and that's right, Whoo Kid has his ear to every street. It's 2014, isn't it?
Red, white, blue, digger.
That's right. I don't know what that means for sure, but
the gay colors.
I think those are. I thought they were colors. Yeah, I thought gay people use the rainbow.
I forgot to throw green in there.
Yeah. Are they making a 3D version of Brokeback Mountain? What say you, Ira?
No.
Whoo Kid, you received false information.
Happy. Everybody's happy.
Well,
we're all happy.
You got to respect actors for going gay in a movie, because I feel like it's hard enough to just, like, for me, I can't even picture kissing a dude, but like kissing a dude like passionately and acting like I like it, that's pretty impressive.
But you also know, those actors know going in that the odds of getting an award for that performance go way up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, it's gay, half retarded, or
right.
What's the other one?
Right.
Holocaust? Is that the other one?
Yeah, that's the other one.
Yeah.
Is that true? Are those the three guaranteed roads to victory,
That is
Ira?
true.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I mean, you got.
We've never seen a gay retarded Holocaust movie, though.
Oh shit!
Oh, now you talk about sweeping. What I thought that Beautiful Life movie where the guy danced on the chairs to accept the award. That wasn't a gay retarded Holocaust movie.
That was a little similar.
It was, right?
Roberto Benigni.
Yeah, I didn't see the movie, but I just assumed.
I feel like Tom Hanks could pull off gay Holocaust,
Tom Hanks can put my
he
mom.
He can pull off anything.
You should have heard my mom gushing over Tom Hanks last weekend. She saw Captain Phillips finally.
I hear it's great. That's what I missed out on.
Tom Hanks. Oh, go ahead, Ira.
I saw a few weeks ago.
You did.
I won it on a radio station. Captain America.
Hey, how was that?
Number one.
The first or the second one? The first one you saw?
The one that came out a few weeks ago.
Oh, the second one.
The second one, then.
Yeah, first one.
Yeah.
What? I mean, Sam, that was a bit of a stupid question. That Ira's tone was right.
That was wonderful.
What did you think of the question that Sam just asked, though? Stupid question, right?
Was that the first one or the second?
Dumb question, no?
Dumb.
I fucked up, Ira. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Tell me he's dumb.
No, he isn't.
Good for you, Ira.
Wow.
That was a test, and you passed.
He almost got peer pressured.
Look at that.
And he's got backbone, this guy.
And they're shaking hands. You got to feel a lot more comfortable in your seat, Sam. Snowy in Michigan.
Hey, Samuel.
What's up, buddy?
So your mom saw the boat movie, huh?
That's right. She said that Tom Hanks can play anyone.
I'll tell you what, maybe it's true. Maybe about 5-10 years down the road, I'll like Iron Man 3. But I'll tell you what, compared to the other two Iron Man movies, it was a steaming pile of shite.
Ouch. Whoo Kid. Whoo Kid. Not good words about Iron Man 3.
Ooh, oh, no. God, don't get me angry.
Ira, while we're talking about some of the people that I talked to this week, you know Jenny Mullins, correct?
No.
You don't?
No.
I do.
She's Jason Biggs' wife. You know Jason Biggs from the American Pie movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You ever see the American Pie movies?
No.
You didn't? You never even... With the one where the kid fucks the pie?
No.
You never saw it?
Never.
I recommend it highly, Ira.
You recommend it, so I'm gonna buy it. Gotta get it.
Can you let him know that she has a fat pussy too?
That I am not aware of. I didn't see her vagina per se.
Do you have intel on her pussy, DJ?
I have a photo of it.
Oh, shit.
Well, look, the whole thing about her is she's a very public person. She wrote this new book.
Is she an actress as well?
She is an actress.
Okay.
But now she wrote this book. I think it's like I Like You Just the Way I Am, or I Like Me. It's a very good book.
Yeah.
Jenny Mullins. I would recommend looking it up and checking it out. But the whole book is just like kind of stories and personal essays about stuff that's happened to her and the people
in the book too.
I don't know if there's a photo of it. It is mentioned at times, but there is no. I looked through the book and I did not see a photo. But it's like her life and people she knows. So she's getting a little flack for being very public about some stuff. But her and Jason Biggs, they tweeted out a photo before the book came out of her breastfeeding in a public place, and she was holding the baby, but her titty was just out. Ready to breastfeed, and it was like I thought it was
a warm-up titty. I like that.
Yeah, and I thought it was kind of like I feel like
that's sexy right there,
and it was very empowering to women. I felt like Ira. What do you think?
I think whatever you're saying is true.
Right, you are, Ira. I talked to Jenny Mullins and Jason Biggs earlier this week, and everybody's talking about the story that's in the book is that she tried to hire a prostitute for Jason Biggs' birthday, I believe it was, so they could have a threesome. Like, that was the gift.
That's a good look right there.
And everybody's talking about that, so we touched on that. But I was talking to her and Jason about some of the more personal stories in the book. And, to me, if my wife wrote a book about all the shit that she was doing, I wouldn't want people having an opinion about my wife. You know what I mean? I'd be very protective.
Yeah.
And so I was asking,
how did the prostitute thing turn out?
He said Jason said he just couldn't get into it. He couldn't seal the deal.
I couldn't do it if she was there. You're like, if you really want this to be a good birthday, how about you go in the other room for a little while?
Yeah, I love the threesome idea, but let's actually subtract one. Yeah, and it could, I guess, be you.
Yeah, yeah. I see you every night. This is my birthday.
Yeah, Ira, threesome or twosome?
Threesome or twosome?
Right, that would be your pick.
That's right.
All right, he picked it.
Wow.
Ira's going to pick it. Let's listen to this clip from earlier this week. With Jason Bigg and Jenny Mullins. Are you protective, Jason? Because I'm thinking if my wife put out a book that was just about her, this is just stories about me, and people started forming opinions about my wife, I'd be like, fuck you. You don't know my wife. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I'm protective, but, when it comes to the stories in the book, I feel like, first of all, when it comes to Jenny, she has already put so much out there through her social media platforms,
like when
her
you
Twitter.
When she said, I'm breastfeeding all day, I went, yeah, I know, and I know what that looks like.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
You've seen the picture
I know.
of Jenny's tit hanging out at a lunch, at a restaurant,
right.
at Jones on 3rd. Yeah, so it's hard to protect that, really.
Right.
I don't know how I could protect that. But what I am protective of is just the whole process. I'm very protective of this, I think, of her. I really want
I think he's more nervous for the book to come out and sort of, anxious to see how it performs.
Yeah.
See, I couldn't wrap my head around that whole thing, because if I knew... if I was sitting there with my wife, right, and some little douchebag is interviewing us, I would be the douchebag in this scenario, and being like, yeah, I know what your wife looks like when she's breastfeeding. I've seen the tit. I'd be like, fuck you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but she put it out there, though.
She did. That's what I'm saying. I don't know how you can get to the point where you're that...
Literally.
Yeah, it's not sexual, though.
No, it's not.
People try to make it like it's a big deal, like it's sexual. You're feeding your child.
No, yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know what I saw that blew my mind? You get turned on by breastfeeding?
We know you do.
Hell yeah.
You do?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but that's because you've always had a weird thing with your mom.
Hell yeah.
It's strange.
I mean, I got hard with my mom's tits.
See, that's don't say that. Yeah, obviously. I mean,
it's my Bob.
Yeah, and I know that's the problem that we all have with it.
I was never able to do it discreetly either. Some women are really good about just shoving the baby.
You have giant breasts.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
I had to, when it was time, I had to disrobe. Yeah, they're pretty big.
I went to the movies on over the weekend, and I was walking into the theater complex in the parking lot. And literally, there was a family walking towards the door, and this one young mother, who was Hispanic, a little overweight, huge breasts, had a titty out in her baby's mouth, walking through the parking lot.
Fully out.
The baby was feeding as she was walking.
Sexy right there.
Was the baby older? Too old? Was it one of those creepy ones?
It was 12. The baby was 12 years old. It was the strangest thing I've ever seen.
That's a couple years too old, I think.
You think so?
That's a couple.
You think so?
A couple.
No, I mean, it was a little baby. But what was off-putting was the fact that she was walking through the parking lot doing it.
Yeah. I'm only offended if the mother's fat.
I sort of get that. I sort of get that.
I agree.
I feel like I've seen it so much. I saw that picture on Twitter, and then I saw this woman walking through the parking lot. And at first, I go, well, that's kind of beautiful. This is a liberated woman. And then I was like, that fucking baby better not be in my movie theater. I don't want to see I don't want to hear a crying baby in my movie theater. But it made me think, though, that now Like, my expectation is that I should see all women breastfeeding. Like, when a woman goes, like, I have to go feed, I'm like, no, it's cool. Just do it right
the baby starts crying, you say, whip him out.
Whip him out. Do it.
Or can I come?
Like, I want to see it happen, like, in front of me now for everyone. I feel like it's not like some people, if we're going to remove the taboo, let's remove the taboo.
I'm with that.
Yeah?
I'm with that.
I can't wait for Nicole to bring the baby up.
All right, Nicole, next week you bring your baby in.
Done.
And you will breastfeed
I will
live
whip
on the
them
show.
out.
If she was my mom's, I'd be hard
That's
every day.
something. E-Rock, let's get a promo on the air ASAP. Nicole will be breastfeeding next week.
Fucking yeah.
Even though there's no longer milk coming out of them.
We could try to squeeze a little
All
bit
right,
out.
I'll try. I'll give it my best effort.
Even if you like swallow some of that powdered milk.
You got it.
For the
Just
next
freeze
week,
it.
and it'll lactate.
I'll
It'll
make
be
it
fine.
happen.
That's that poor shit.
That's right, Whoo Kid. That's exactly what it is.
Government.
But I also got into it. Everybody's talked to her about this threesome story. It's in the Post today. She talked about it on Howard and all this place. And I was more like, again, it went back to my thing is like now everybody has an opinion on it, and these are like real people. So I was talking to them about that.
When it comes to the sort of stories that she's putting out there, a lot. I think in the book, the most the most revealing story as it pertains to me and Jenny, but me certainly. Has already been told. She had written a version of it and published it in the past. And
Which story? What's that?
Hiring a prostitute.
The threesome story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that had already sort of been out, made some waves, and this will hopefully make bigger waves, a bigger splash. Yeah, tsunami, I hope.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, a tsunami of cash, I hope. But you know, it's been we've already kind of crossed some of those lines. I'm prepared, you know.
Is that the way it works? Like once you tell the story the first time, is it kind of out there, and now you're completely comfortable telling it to bigger and bigger and bigger audiences?
I guess so. Yeah, I wrote the first version of that hooker story for Playboy, probably.
Long time
3 years ago
yeah.
now. 3 years ago. And so now, you know, we're on Howard Today talking about it, and it's like old hat. We're like, oh yeah, the horror story.
I can't believe we haven't talked about this
family
before,
classic.
Howard.
Yeah. I'm like, oh wait, you want to talk about that? I'm like, oh,
yeah.
okay,
It
sure.
feels.
But
like,
we did talk about it when you wrote the story.
Yeah.
Well, you wrote it to write it first.
I wrote it just to have it, just for posterity.
Yeah. Because you thought it would be a great story, and so you wrote the story, and it was really funny. I read it, but then when the possibility of publishing it came about, you talked about it with me, and it was one of those things that we kind of initially went back and forth about it, but you sought my permission of you sought my approval on it. You know, we wanted to be in the same boat about it.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't have released it if you were uncomfortable.
So you definitely think, Sam.
Yeah.
If your girlfriend or wife tried to hook that up, you'd be like, I can't do this with you around.
It's weird, man, because it's something that you're just told not to do repeatedly. Fuck another woman, and then just like, go ahead. It just feels like a trap. Like
it's funny to me that you're like, I will not do this in front of your face. I will definitely do it when you're not looking, though.
Well, with her staring, don't you feel like it's different? I don't know. I
mean, I would do it because I don't fuck her now.
Well,
so.
we know that.
Whoo Kid is the wrong person to ask because he's a married man, but all he does is commit infidelities. Like, he doesn't have sex with his wife.
Say it clearly. I fuck bitches.
You fuck bitches.
Get it right.
So, but how does that work with the woman that you're married to?
I don't give a fuck.
Right, okay. So that's the loophole that he's found.
Fuck her.
But I feel like
I have not found the confidence.
I've never been a comedian.
No.
I feel like if I did it once, I'd be like, I am so sorry.
Yeah. Like, whereas Whoo Kid would be like, his wife would confront him like, did you fuck this girl? And Whoo Kid would be like, yeah, I fuck bitches.
Yeah.
I need some more of that confidence in my life.
It's all about truth, marriage, truth.
I can't, the only time I get uncomfortable when I had one incident. This is creepy as hell. This is a short story, but this is creepy as hell. I went on a date with a girl a couple years ago, really hot girl, and it was like harmless, whatever. We made out after a while. Never heard from her again. I get a text like 2 months later, where are you? During the day. And I was I'm like, this doesn't sound like her. It sounds like someone stole her phone or something. Like, why is she? And I was just like, I'm in Union Square. What's that? And she's like, I want to see you and I want to get freaky with you. And I was like,
what?
Yeah, I was like, I don't even.
That's great. It seems like great news.
Yeah, but I'm like, this is not her. Someone, like, clearly someone stole her phone. This is planned to rob me or something. Here's what happened.
And these situations, I'm assuming, don't happen to you every day.
No, not every
so you're
day.
sitting there like, this has got to be
I was at lunch with my parents, so I had to excuse myself and be like, I got a call I got to take. And my mom's like, I'm like, I got a gig or something.
Excuse me, I have a phone call to make and I'm hard as a rock. So
I called the girl and I was like, what's going on? She's like, look, I just had a long week at work. I want to see you and I want to fuck you. Is that so bad? I'm like, that's great news. Wow. I'll be right over there. So I jumped on the train. I didn't even take a cab. I took a train. I was like, I'll be fat.
Wow.
So I jump on the train.
This isn't a date. I'm not trying to spend extra cash.
She'll be there, you know? So it's sketchy. It's like, I remember I dropped her off at a different address, some luxury apartment in Williamsburg, you know? So I get there. And I'm like, this is weird. I'm sober. I'm like, I need a drink. Meet me downstairs at the bar first. And she's like, I have scotch upstairs. I'm like, all right, whatever. Let's do it. So she comes downstairs. She
and
looks super hot.
by the way, this is the difference between being a man and a woman. Like, if you were a woman, there are so many cues to be like, this is a trap. You're about to be raped. You're about to be kidnapped.
I called my friend, comic Rachel Feinstein. I called her before, and I was like, hey, just in case anything happens to me, here's the address. And she's like, are you fucking crazy? I was like, no, I'm a guy. That's what we do. This is
like, like, this is... If I was trying to... But go on.
So I go upstairs, and it's like a little fishy. It's like the apartment is not decorated at all. I'm like, usually women have like some decorations. It's like basically, it's a nice building, but it's like no decorations. She pours me a scotch down. She pours me another scotch. I down it again.
Yeah.
She starts we making out. She starts going down on me, and I'm like, then she stops. She goes, I hope my roommate doesn't catch us. I'm like, yeah, me too. Let's go to your bedroom. She says, no. I want him to catch us.
Wow.
And I go,
whoa.
I go, what the fuck did I just get trapped? So I'm like, this is not good. So I'm like, that's when I should have left. But, you know, I was with my penis at the time. That guy's persuasive.
Right.
And
you really did want to get freaky.
So I go in her room. And I'm like, let's just, wrap this up. And she goes back down. The door swings open.
Oh.
It's a dude. He's like a big dude. He's cut. He's all tatted up.
What?
And he's just staring at me. And I'm waiting for him to be like, I am so sorry, and walk out. But he's just staring. In a moment of panic, I remember she's still going down. I just turned to him and I go, can I help you?
Oh
really?
My God.
I said, can I? I didn't know what to say.
Yeah.
Because
you wanted him to leave.
Yeah. Can I help you? It was like, but in that position, it doesn't sound like that.
That's so polite of you.
So I know.
Oh, wait. No, but can I help you is like, he's like, yeah, that sounds like a pickup line.
I didn't mean it like that, though. I meant like, fuck off. I meant like, please leave me alone.
Like, if I was a dude that wanted to hook up with my roommate and another dude, I'd be like, yeah, a hand job would be great right now.
I said it like in a panic, and he just goes, we going to do this or what? And I was like, do what?
Yeah. What? I pick or what right now?
This ain't what I signed up for. And he said, remember he said these words to me. He said, you're either in or you're out right now. And my mind went to like, this is like the worst fucking Ocean's 11 thing,
Yeah.
In or you're out? No, I'm out. So I end up leaving.
It's like Ocean's 11 meets Eyes Wide Shut.
Ocean 3.
Yeah.
And, basically, he's like, all right, get out. And I just looked at her and she kind of shrugged. And I was like, all right. So I grabbed my knapsack. I had my book bag with me. And I sadly walked out. So that's my threesome story.
I guess out I'll pick.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
But I know, I called out. I was a little traumatized. I thought I was going to get mugged or something. I thought that was like a plan. Your brain plays tricks on you. I'm like, I think they're going to rob me or something.
I always think two guys and a girl is weird. I feel it just feels
that's
like
what makes you a wonderful woman, Nicole.
Well, it's referred to as a devil three-way. That's what they call it.
Is that what they call it?
They call it a devil three-way.
It's super rapey to me.
Well, I felt violated.
It just means double penetration, doesn't it?
Some kind of
Eiffel Tower situation.
You know what the craziest thing is? If that was a girl, she never would have. Like, I texted her a couple more times. I'm like, so can we do that without him? I'm like, I'm fine with you, but I just didn't. And she was like, no.
What in her mind? You have to think about yourself, because what in her mind made her think he's the guy for this?
Yeah, I'm not that type of guy at all.
No.
So I think I said that to her. I was like, did you get that vibe from me? And she was like, no.
Well, listen,
so she's just a selfish lunatic.
There is more threesome talk to come, because I want to play Cameron. What's her name? What's the chick from Full House's name?
Candace Cameron.
DJ Tanner was on The View this week and had a strong opinion on this that I want to get to. So if you want to hear the full Jason Biggs and Jenny Mullins interview, it was great. They were really good. That'll be up on notsam.com later this weekend. And E-Rock, why don't we skip the other Guy Pearce clip for time. And if you want to hear the rest of the Guy Pearce interview, that will also be up later this weekend on notsam.com, and I'll be tweeting those links at notsam. We'll be right back. We'll go straight to break, E-Rock, and we've got more threesome talk to come on Sam Roberts' Friday show.
Hey. More to come on the Sam Roberts Friday show. Stay there. Stay there. Stay there. Stay there. Good. Welcome back to Sam Roberts Friday show.
I started singing bye bye Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Then good old boys would...
Welcome back to Sam Roberts Friday show here on the Opie and Anthony channel. Nicole Ryan is here. DJ Whoo Kid is here. Very funny. Sam Morrell is here.
Oh, American Pie.
You got the connection. Jason Biggs.
I like
Very
American
cute.
Pie. Huh?
You want to see me moving?
Radio. Hello.
It's hot.
We were talking before the break about threesomes, actually, and Sam had a really good threesome story. Almost threesome story.
Yeah. You walked out of that. I felt bad for you, man.
You did?
Yeah, I felt really bad. I wanted to go to church with this guy. I might do that for you this
I'm
Sunday.
Jewish. I wanted to go to church for myself.
I'm Jewish.
Yeah?
Let's go do Jew things together.
You don't know much about being Jewish, do you, Nicole?
I mean, when I was younger, I did. Like, I went to Hebrew school and was bat mitzvah and everything. But then now I'm kind of over it.
Those were the brain cells that got burned out, though?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine.
God.
I'm like Chinese food and Woody Allen. This is 100%. Jewish as I get, really. I keep it culturally Jewish.
Good for you. Good for you. But what I wanted to share with you guys was, we were talking about that threesome and blah, blah, blah. Candace Cameron. And I'm putting it in the context now because Kirk Cameron is her brother.
Right.
And he's like super religious now. The guy from Growing Pains.
Right.
She was on The View, and I guess they were talking about this threesome story.
Yeah.
And Candace Cameron was just outraged by it.
Yeah, it's not her thing.
Yeah, listen to this clip real quick.
When she was here yesterday, she kind of shied away from these stories.
That's Whoopi, don't worry. I know a lot of you were thinking, oh, what the fuck happened to Candace Cameron? What happened to DJ Tanner?
When she was here yesterday, she kind of shied away from these stories.
Is that a great story? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
How is hiring a hooker for your husband's birthday?
Yeah.
How is having threesomes? Like, how is that rated? I have a sense of humor, but I have a hard time finding the humor in that.
Well,
as a woman that's been married for 18 years.
It's subjective, according to her.
Shit.
She would hate this show.
She has a different husband, you moron. Why does she have to be like this? No husband would like this. There are people out there that might like it.
I think I read about her that she's very into being submissive, like she likes old school gender roles. She's all about a man takes care of me. I do whatever he says, and
yeah, but you know what happened? Old school.
Yeah.
Men used to go out and fuck other women all the time. Have you ever seen that show, Mad Men?
Yeah.
All they do is fuck secretaries
Not
all
good
day
husbands.
long.
Not good husbands.
They're the worst husbands in the world.
So she don't mind taking it up the butt, Nicole?
I don't know.
I mean,
how
where did that? Yeah, where did
She
you get
also,
that
I believe,
from?
is married to a hockey player who,
She might. Maybe she's into that. If he wants it, clearly she's going to be submissive, and yes, she might.
But it's the way she says that, she's she's so upset, and everyone's just cheering for it. Doesn't that just disgust you a little bit? The self-righteous,
it disgusts
preachy.
me a lot. Yeah.
The number one question is, what's wrong with a threesome?
Of course, nothing.
His threesome was bad.
Well, I mean, people have personal preferences.
So they can go wrong. Let's just get that out there.
Two women, the accepted threesome is 2 women or more.
Agreed.
I think that literally every time my wife is hanging out with one of her female friends, there's something in my head that's going let's see how we can angle this night. You know what I mean? No matter who it is, I could have known this girl for 10 years, and I'm going, I wonder if tonight's the night.
Yeah.
Maybe you seem very friendly.
Maybe if you wink and nod at the right time, she'll just,
Right?
she'll
Hey,
be
you girl.
game.
We're just sitting there, whatever, watching TV, and should we open a bottle of wine or what? Am I crazy?
No, but that's it.
What?
That's something you never want to do. Never with a friend. You never want to hook up with one of your girlfriends. It's got to be a girl that
Why? Who cares?
I don't know.
But there is something hot about her friend because she's so off limits.
Right.
It's she's if you if you fuck her friend, You fuck someone else, whatever. I mean, it's still bad, but you fuck her friend. That's like, you're not only breaking up, but that's like you're ruining their friendship.
Right, exactly. So it's like, yeah, because what's she going to do? Not be friends with me anymore? I don't care.
But then also, once I've gone down on my friend,
like
that
it's her
feels
friend. It
weird.
doesn't affect you very much. Me zero.
You know what I mean? Once I've gone down on my friend, then she's not my friend. She's not the same type of friend anymore.
All right, well, that's your issue. And maybe that could be great. Maybe she's the friend we have threesomes with now.
Candace Cameron, too.
Sam, I got a question. So you wouldn't mind your wife going down on your friend? Like,
on my friend? That's not what we were talking about. First of all, it sounds like you're positioning something here, which is not at all what we were talking about.
Very smoothly angling this.
No, I'm not talking about her
What about like the dude who does a radio show with you?
Talking about your wife's girlfriend. Yeah.
No, I wouldn't
Would
mind.
you feel weird after she did it?
No, I would feel different, and the way I would feel is aroused, is how I would feel. Yeah, no, I'd be very excited
by
that.
A woman. I mean, you know your wife's not gay, so it's just,
right.
you know.
So sexual.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be at all.
So I always thought Sam was gay because he's married.
But that's a terrible. I'm married to a woman who did. Just because gay marriage is legal doesn't mean all marriages are gay marriages.
He don't fuck nobody. You know what I'm saying? He's on the radio.
No,
he's famous.
I have sex with my wife.
Yes, his wife. What do you mean nobody?
We're still sexually active.
Or you and me. You know what I mean?
I mean, you had a threesome, Nicole.
Yeah, I've had a few.
Wow.
With your husband? A few with your husband, or just one with your husband?
No. No.
You've had one with your husband.
We're not going to talk about that. I don't feel as though he can handle it. That's not something that we really were able to fully work into our relationship. But back in the day,
What do you mean? What do you mean he can't handle it?
I think that he would it would set him off into his old womanizing ways.
Gotcha.
It would trigger the old Matt Ryan, and man, we don't want him to come out.
Right
you know what I mean?
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I know I could handle it because I had a lot of trouble convincing women to have sex with me before I was married. So it's not like I go on this tear.
She's like your agent in the process. Like she's got to be recruiting.
That's why it's got to be one of her friends.
Yeah,
it's not like I can be like, hey, wait till you meet my wife. And the woman's like, you're a creep. Why are you talking to me?
Yeah.
So out of respect, two pussies in front of you. Your wife's pussy and her friend's pussy. Out of respect, which pussy would you enter first?
Of course, my wife. We're married. I mean, I love my wife very much.
That's the right question.
Like, I'm a classy guy.
You're a good guy.
That's another rule. There is no penetration with the other girl.
What the fuck is that?
Everything else can happen.
No penetration?
No.
And I feel like you can't really kiss the other one in the mouth, right?
No, I don't mind that. I just
the
don't
fuck
want.
is that?
I don't want his penis in
Another
and
one.
me.
Do you have to finish on the wife? You can't give the.
I don't really care where we finish.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
That. I don't feel like
Even if it's inside the other woman?
No, he's not allowed to be inside
so he
of her.
couldn't.
It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
The wall, my face.
So you probably
her
should not
back.
come inside the other woman.
Yeah.
That's a whole new setup. All right, I guess we're just going to start a family here. We're going to do this more often.
Got to set rules, though. There's got to be boundaries.
Even if he wears a condom, like you still wouldn't let him go in?
No.
That's not what I think that's what it was about.
Oh, shit.
No.
The condom, there's a condom on, though.
No, you're not putting your penis in another girl.
The other thing, though, that I hate about this.
The fuck is that?
It's like that sort of Candace Cameron being like, what is there to celebrate about that? It's just like
she can't comprehend
so
why we might want
judgy.
one other pussy at one point in our life.
Judgy.
And it's judgy, and it's like a woman. Like I feel like a woman is like liberated enough to be like, yeah, these are my opinions on sex, and I'm talking about it publicly. And why be a woman who takes down your fellow woman? Why not celebrate
Sexual
the fact that
freedom,
yeah.
Because she's not that type of woman.
She isn't.
I feel like her reaction is what gives women a bad name. Like that
Exactly.
reaction is why you're like, oh, girls are so effing annoying. You know what I mean? Like
it's so teacher judgmental. Like, how dare you?
Yeah.
I wish you didn't play that for me because I love DJ Tanner and now I want to hate her.
Listen to the rest.
She makes you feel like a slut.
So then she does. She makes me feel like a slut. I can only imagine how the other women must feel. Listen to what she said. She went on because I guess Jenny Mullins did not fully get into the threesome story on The View. Yeah. Believe it or not.
Who really wants to open up about that to Barbara Walters?
Right,
you know?
right. So but this was Candace's take on that.
You know, some people, I'm kind of with you. You know, some people dig it and some people don't.
But when she was on the couch,
That she has her mask on.
she did not share her story story in detail, she could feel from the crowd, I believe, that they were not as receptive to her stories, and she really backed off in sharing because I think she may be different written on a page or on Twitter than she is in person when she has to show her face.
I think she might be different in front of a female audience. I've met so many people.
Now she's like making like personal judgments, like, oh, you can write about it, but you can't talk about it.
Yeah.
And it's like maybe she's told the story a whole bunch of times, and there's a room full of judgmental women that maybe that killed her vibe a little bit.
How about a little happiness that you're even allowed on TV? You're on one of the worst shows of all time, and you have this ego. Like Full House, I know it's a big hit. It's one of the worst pieces of shit ever made.
Right. It's a terrible
and
show.
that's the only thing that people know you from, and you're this like high and mighty. Like, who do you think you are to
Don't
judge
act
people?
like you weren't watching TGIF every Friday as a child.
Yeah, but you know what? You're a child. That's like people being like, oh, I can't wait for the new Boy Meets World show.
I can't.
Yeah, but guess what? It's going to be a shitty show. You know why? Because if I was 30 when Boy Meets World came on, I'd be like, this show sucks.
Yeah. When I was a kid, I liked Full House, but now I'm an adult, and I'm like, what the fuck is this?
that?
It's
Yeah.
terrible.
Like, I'll turn on Full House on APC Family Now or whatever, and be like, this is not a good show.
It's like bad funny occasionally.
Right.
Like when they all those sitcoms try to do like a serious episode, like Saved by the Bell, those shows, where like someone gets addicted to painkillers or something, and you're like, what the hell?
Jesse
Like,
Spano.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I'm so scared when she's addicted to speed.
I know. Or then
Please.
there's like a drunk driving episode, or like someone gets molested on like different strokes. There's always got to be one of those like, and you're like, dude,
It's so sappy.
that's when you're like, oh, this show is a piece of shit that takes himself seriously. you know?
But it's just like amazing that like Candace Cameron can't be like, you know what? It's not my thing. But this,
Exactly.
like if a comedian makes a joke that you don't like,
right,
and he starts getting shit for it, you're not going to go out and say, well, I don't like that joke. You'll say, I mean, it wasn't for me, but more power to him. We should all be able to make jokes like that.
It
right?
depends on the comic, I guess. I don't know. Like, yeah, I don't think I would be like, how dare he?
Right.
I don't think I would never have that tone. I would never be like, well, what was he thinking? Be like, if maybe it was a bad joke, be like, yeah, he tried and he fucked up. I don't know.
Whatever. Like, let him try again. What difference does it possibly make?
But that's, I mean, just the tone. It's so grating and condescending. Like, like I don't know. Where do you get off talking to other people like that?
It's just disrespectful. It's like, what have you done to make it okay to put down what other people are doing?
Although this is one other thing. Is like, it doesn't seem, I don't know the story really with Jason Biggs, but it doesn't seem like she was saying it like, this is empowering or what. I don't know the angle, but I did read a thing about some comic who had sex with a porn star, like a female comic, and she was like, I've never felt more empowered in my life. I'm like, all right, whatever, but don't try to turn this into like a gender issue. Just like, you fucked a porn star. Don't try to turn this into a buzz.
Right.
You know? I don't know. So I'm also that like...
Don't make, it's not a political movement. You fucked a porn star. That's awesome.
Yeah,
like, good
exactly.
for you.
Yeah. So I don't know. So I'm also like, don't make it all... Both sides be wary of being so high and mighty.
But I don't think it... Like, I don't think it becomes a political thing until Candace Cameron goes, well, I think it was like, I was just telling you I tried to do a threesome. I thought it was funny.
She was bothered. You could tell in her voice that, like, this is...
You think?
I mean,
she was like screaming.
Because the book's a comedy book. Like, she wrote the story because she thought it was funny.
Right.
Not because it's like, look at what women can do now.
In your interview, they seem like pretty jaunty.
They're just hanging,
Yeah, they seem pretty laid back and fun.
Right. They didn't have that Candace Cameron vibe.
But who would you rather hang out with? Is the question.
Sam, don't the slut word disappear when you're married? Like, your wife's not a slut anymore.
My wife wasn't a slut before. I don't know what you're trying to tell me.
The way she's talking, she's like, she's talking about her like she's slutty or something.
That's true. That's true. And
She's
it's like
not a slut. She just did some sexual experience.
Go on, Nicole.
I was.
You were
I
a
got
slut
married.
before.
Yeah.
But it's like, but
I don't think a
But I
slut is a
loved
bad
it.
thing.
No, I
Why is
experienced all different types of relationships in men, and I have no regrets. And now I'm never going to feel like I missed out on anything. I did it all.
How are you supposed to be faithful and single if you don't get that out of your system?
Agreed.
Right. And it's like, and you'll teach your kid, like, get out there, do your thing, mama.
No,
You don't think
I'm
so?
going to be like, hey, listen, Parker, go on, spread those legs, do your thing.
I like that question, Sam. You should ask Sam that. 'Cause
What?
He hasn't done it all. You know what I'm saying?
Well, no, I haven't done it, but like I was saying earlier, I mean, the opportunity is not there for me to do it all. So it's not like I don't think I've missed out on anything because it was just, I don't think it would be available. Like if I divorced my wife, I've married confidence now in the sense that like I could say, well, if I wasn't married, the things I would do.
Right.
But if I actually wasn't married, I'd be sitting at home playing like WWE on PlayStation.
That sounds great.
Still do.
Dude, you know what?
No, that's true.
I just had a breakup like last Friday, and it was like you have the same. I'm like, I have that get laid all the time confidence, and now I'm back, and I'm like, shit. Then you're like going through the old Rolodex, and you're like, you still have a boyfriend? You know those text messages, sending them out, and you're like, that confidence goes away quickly.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Are you sad?
I'm fine.
Yeah, you seem.
I'm pretty emotionally numb.
Yeah.
I got some bitches if you want.
Yes,
bitches would be great. How long were you with the girl?
Bitches would really give me some closure, I think. How long? Like 6 months.
And that was it. Whoo Kid.
Really?
That's her calling.
A little professionalism, please.
Those are the bitches for you.
Yeah, she's like, I heard you needed some bitches.
He works quickly, I got to tell you. No, I'm all right.
Yeah.
You know, these things happen.
It is what it is. Well, let's go to John, actually. He's got a pressing question for Sam Roberts' Friday show. John in Virginia.
All right, Sam, I've been waiting. Is it time yet? Damn it.
Sam, you might think this is strange, but there's a tradition that we have on Sam Roberts' Friday show. It was based on an idea that Whoo Kid had for me.
Brilliant idea.
He wanted me to call the show Thanks, Sam, it's Friday.
Thanks, Sam, it's Friday.
Isn't that creative?
He thought that would be a great name for a radio show. I told him that's a terrible idea.
Yes, sir.
Oh, brilliant.
But it's not a bad name for a segment. So as we close today's show, it's
Thank
time.
God it's Sam Day. Yeah.
Thanks, Sam, it's Friday.
How great is that? Huh?
Wow.
John, is there something you wanted to say?
Thanks, Sam. It's Friday.
There it
Nice.
is.
Yo, people can't wait to call up here to tell you that.
Very exciting.
Yeah. Okay, see what you do to people.
Don't say that
I'm
word.
hyped right now.
866-WOW-1-WOW, 866-969-1969 if you want to
People have
sneak
so
in.
much balls when they're anonymous on the phone, don't
Yeah,
they?
man.
I
Before
doubt
the
he's
end of
doing
the
that
show.
to your face.
Nicole, was there something you wanted to say to me?
I don't think so.
There's something you wanted to...
Oh, thanks, Sam. It's Friday?
That's right.
Yeah.
Who Kid? Was there something you wanted to say to me?
Thanks, Sam. It's Friday, my nigga.
Sam Morrell, is there something that you wanted to say to me?
Thanks, Sam, it's Friday.
That's right. You all got it right. Let's go to Pete. Pete in Ohio. Pete.
Good afternoon, guys.
How are you?
I'm pretty good. My threesome story.
Well, Pete, we don't have time for a threesome story because we only got a minute or two left on the show. You can make it quick
Okay.
if you want.
My girlfriend came in with her friend and said, let's have a threesome. We started having a threesome, and I blacked out. I was so drunk, and the next morning I woke up and found a bunch of condoms everywhere.
Oh, and you don't remember it?
Don't remember it, but my girlfriend let me fuck the other girl.
Oh, and you don't even have a recollection. Well, is there anything...
That should be a don't drink ad right there.
Yeah.
Drink responsibly.
Fucked up.
Well, I mean, there's nothing I can do to help you with that, but is there anything you want to thank me for?
Thank God it's Friday, Sam.
I mean, I guess you're almost there. We're getting there. It's a new show still. Well, I want to thank Whoo Kid. Thanks for bringing Jay Farrow by, first of all.
Yeah, that was funny. Yeah.
Big thanks to Jay Farrow. Thanks to Nicole Ryan, Whoo Kid, Sam Morrell. People can tweet you at Sam Morrell. Where can they find out about your
RRIL?
Where can they find your dates and all that?
SamMorrell.com. I got a lot of. I'm on the road like 1 week in a month right now, so I'm getting out there. Summer's a little slower, but fall I'll be back out a lot more. So
excellent. You definitely want to check him out. He's hilarious. And thank all the interviews. Jenny Mullins and Jason Biggs, as well as Guy Pearce, will be up on NotSam.com later this weekend. Thank you all, and we'll see you next week on Sam Roberts' Friday Show.
This has been Sam Roberts' Friday Show. Hear the whole thing anytime you want to on demand on SiriusXM.com/on-demand. Tune in every Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern here on the Opie and Anthony channel. It's real.